All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Market Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible Christmas day, right? So, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. Hopefully, you guys enjoy yourself. John, welcome to the show, my friend. Thank you for covering for Peter this morning. How are you today?
I'm great, Carlos. It's a weird day. You and I were just discussing before we came on live. It's having Christmas on Thursday, and then this one day to come back to trade is a weird feeling. But we'll get through it. We'll see what's here today.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. It's definitely weird, different, but we'll see what the market has for us today. And today's a full day, right? Today's like an entire 4 p.m. day. Who's going to be around at 4 p.m.? I would love to see that.
Yeah,
but it's a full day, right?
But hey, what about so wait, today's Friday. So Wednesday, the market was open half a day, but it did this beautiful climb all day. This weird low volume climb. So who knows?
Actually did something. So again, there's stuff to watch, and hopefully we'll find some stuff in play this morning that can be very helpful. I think it's going to be a usual suspect type day again today. Our Teslas, our Nvidias, our AMDs, but let's see what the gappers list has this morning. Brought to you by tradingterminal.com, my friends. You can always head there and see what is in play, what's gapping up, scanners, tools available to you for trading. ASPC is the first one on deck this morning. We've seen this one before. It doesn't trade very well. I can see it here. It's a little messy. Again, 1.7. Actually, let's look at this. 1.7 million shares flow. So we got low flow, large, and then medium here. So we got pretty much two low flows to lead the way this morning. John, any news on this ASPC?
I hate to ruin the feel of the pre-market show. I wouldn't get excited about any news this morning on anything. It is not a great looking listen, nor should it be. This is a weird day, like I said. So, but no, I can't find anything on ASPC per se. It just seems like something people like to play, and therefore it goes up and down. Now it's up 40%. I'll grant you that. That is quite a bit. But I can't find anything that would explain that necessarily.
Yeah.
No, I really got nothing on it. As always, we'll take the input of YouTube or the chat room for over in Bearable Traders if you guys know anything we don't know, but I can't dig up anything except that it's on a run here.
Yeah, nothing that I love on it personally. Again, and also low flow stock. Like, it doesn't fit my style of trading either way. So there's no news. It's perfectly fine. I don't care as much for it. I see some other ones popping up here. AMCI this morning. We are up, what is this? 14%, as you can see here. So nice gap up this morning with some volume, 2.7 million shares traded, but also another low flow sitting at 1 million shares flow. But this one looks at least alive, right? We got something going on here in the last couple of minutes. Again, not sure if I'm going to be watching this one. This seems to be also some kind of SPAC or recent IPO. You could tell in the daily, a little bit messy here. So yeah, not sure about this one.
Yeah, I think this is a robotics company, which obviously are the fun trading topic these days, but I don't really see anything there either. If it was 3 years ago, I would just guess that people are accidentally trading it because it looks like AMC.
Yeah, I will not be surprised. Yeah, I don't like this one. I'll leave it alone. Again, low flow stock in play, friends, but again, not really something that I'll be having on deck this morning. Man, I gotta tell you, it is cold today. And out of all days, John, I forget to turn on the heater because we were off yesterday. So I'm like, it was like 40 degrees. So I came in the office, it was burning. So instead of putting the thermostat down, I turned it off. What a big mistake. I never came back to turn it back on. And in here, my friend, it is 32 degrees right now.
Holy smokes.
It is. There it is. It is freezing in this office. My CPU is struggling. You can hear the fan going. It's too cold for the CPU, I guess. So it's struggling. The screens look frozen. It is bad. I mean, it's like 11 degrees outside. So, yeah, it is freezing. I got the heaters on blast now. So hopefully the fingers get going and we can get our show going here. But man, it is cold
You should
this
zip
morning.
up your jacket at least.
I put on my jacket before this. I even had like my hat on, but then it's uncomfortable with the headphones. Yeah, I was in here like a caveman for a second. All right, let's continue. CPNG this morning. So CPNG. Here we go. Oh no, CPNG. There it is. So CPNG, friends. Another one making our list. Massive float on this one, 1.3 billion. Yeah, that's B with a billion with a B, and up 6.7, 454,000 shares traded. I don't really see anything I love here, so I'm gonna skip on it for now. Again, just
We might
nothing
actually
great.
have news on this, possibly.
Oh, okay. Well, what do we got on
Don't hold me to that promise, but one second. I think I got something here. Nope, it just says it's moving. It's an article from Barron's. Oh no, Coupon gained 5.7% in pre-market trading as a cybersecurity breach at the retailer appeared to be nearing a conclusion. Uh, a former employee downloaded personal information of about 3,000 customers, but the data was deleted without being transferred to a third party. So bad news turns into mildly good news for Coupang. So a little
Yeah.
bump there for them.
All right, little bump there for these guys. You can see on the daily moving up here, slightly up 6.5. Again, doesn't meet my criteria. And again, today I'm probably going to be leaning to our usual suspects, right? See what Tesla does today. Even Tesla, look at the volume on Tesla, 400,000. I mean, that is low. Let's actually go around to some of these usual suspects. That is Tesla. What is Nvidia doing? Nvidia's got a little more with a nice pre-market activity actually. So I do like this one. I'm gonna just start updating my list right now because I think that's what we're gonna go with today, man. It's gonna be a lot of our usuals. Scanners from TradingTerminal.com, seeing what's his turbo breakup and turbo breakdown. I'm gonna be eyeing that. But yeah, right now, man. I mean, Tesla is up slightly, almost 1%. I'm sorry, Nvidia, almost 1% up. Got some good volume. Gonna add that on there. And of course, I'm gonna be watching Tesla today as well. So those two on my list. Our gappers
I would
list.
throw
Which
maybe
one? Yeah.
MU throw on there. Micron MU.
Oh, what's the deal with this thing, man? I didn't watch it on Wednesday. What's today? Yeah. I didn't watch it on Wednesday, and this thing just took off and traded amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
just unbelievable.
it's been hot. Congratulations to all the Micron stock
Yeah.
holders out there because it's been great. And I've been watching it go most of the time, like not every day, but it's so often I'm trading Nvidia and Tesla, like you said, and I kind of peek over at Micron because I have its chart on my screen every day. And it's just having another good day, and I'm just not giving it the attention it deserves. But yeah, it's way up there, another all-time high kind of morning, I'm sure, up at 291. And it did hit our
Yeah.
scanners for a moment. It fell off because it's below 2% now. But among what I call my top 12, which is Mag 7 plus some other stocks, Micron is the only one with something going on. It's up 1.6% this morning. Everything else is mostly flat. Nvidia is up almost 1%, and everything
Yeah.
else is pretty dull.
Yeah, MU over the last couple of days trading really well. I'm going to add it to my list as well right here. So MU, Tesla, and Nvidia for right now. All right, let's finish off this gappers list to the gap upside. AG is another one that I don't normally trade. This is First Majestic Silver, not something that I like to day trade. It is in play. Man, gold, what was it? I read gold hit like 4,300. It hit another all-time high over the last couple of days. Was the headline that I saw there. So it continues to rocket here alongside other metals, right? So yeah, not typically something I like to day trade, but man, it's been rocking. It's been rocking, and so a lot of these things are hitting all new highs. How about for you, John? Do you look at these? Do you trade these at all?
I don't. I know Jared. I know Jared watches them. I think he dabbles in them a bit. But no, I don't trade them. It's like I said, congrats to all the Micron people. Congrats to all the gold and silver people as well. Who would have thunk that'd be the investment of 2025? But they're killing it. I think silver's been doing notably better, right? That's the real winner.
Yeah, I think that's the one that's rocking, at least in this cappers list this morning, looking pretty nice. Um, all right, let's see what else, friends. Let's continue. CDE is another one on here. What is this? I've never seen this. Another mining company. So CDE as well,
It's another mining
3.6.
company. Yeah.
Yeah. So another one here that's doing something. And what is? How about EXK? I never seen this before. Another mining company. Yeah, silver, I think. So mining is just all over this list this morning. There seems to be another one, Endeavor, Silver, however you say that. But that's also on here as well. So again, most likely these I am not a big fan of. So I am going to keep my distance from them. So, John, anything you like from the gap up list or anything else that's gapping up that might not be here this morning?
Let me scroll down my secondary list here real quick. The one thing I do it, so I have a top 12 list of stocks, and that's 95% of what I trade. But I do have a long secondary list of other stocks, mostly tech stuff. And what I'll do on mornings like this is scroll right down, and the first thing I look for is just like we do here, the high percentages up or down. And really, Carlos, it's almost incredible how flat everything is, because I have a list of about 20 to 30 stocks here, and there is only one that is either up or down more than 1%. And that's MSTR, which is up 1.1, which I don't really, well, nah, I don't know. I have no idea if that's something to watch for or not. I don't know what the pre-market volume on it typically looks like. We have these RVOL percentages on DOS now for the pre-market, but I find them to be a bit confusing. They kind of jump all over the place. And then what else? DJT, I think, popped onto the list earlier, the Gappers list on Trading Terminal. I think it may have fallen off, but it's up 2.4%. And that is it, Carlos. It's almost bizarre. It's pretty unusual to see this many stocks and everything is basically right around flat. So it's going to tell you a lot about this day. It's not one to overtrade. You know, I mean, be real picky today and then just wait for Monday, because Monday would be is that a trading day? Yeah, the 29th.
Monday, yeah,
Yeah, we'll get back to this on a full week, and I'm sure next week will be better than today. And then, of course, we'll start the new year the week after that, when things will probably really take off volume-wise.
Yep.
But no need to push anything today, folks.
Gotcha. All right, yeah. DJT, it's doing some stuff. I personally don't like it as much. Going back to this list, I see some other ones making their way in here as SanDisk, which we've seen plenty of times. Again, this thing is just over the years rocking, but not one that I'll be paying close attention to. All right. And the gap down, only one CHA. So CHA. Wow. Down 11% this morning, 831,000 shares traded. They're close to me asking who's getting fired, but 11% is not that bad. Once you get above 20, I'm going to ask who's getting fired. But here, it's down 10% only, 838,000 shares traded. It is a low flow. John sitting at 21 million. Excuse me. At 21 million shares flow, so not really, more on the lower side, not something I would like to watch. But on the daily here, they have not been doing well. Man, look at this thing. Chaji Holdings is the name of the company, and they have not been doing anything great lately in this daily. So I'm going to skip it, but any news that we might be interested in on this one?
I don't think so. I would not trade this on principle just based on this. The name sounds funny to me. Chaggy.
Yeah.
What is this company?
I have no idea, man. I'm going to look it up. I got to look this up.
I think it's a beverage company.
Oh. Chaji Holdings. What is this? What do they do? Yeah, I can't tell. Yeah, interesting.
I think they make tea or something.
It's Asia Pacific.
Yeah. They through subsidiaries, it owns and operates franchises. It franchises tea houses under the Chaggy brand name in the People's Republic of China.
All right, there
Chinese
you go.
House company. There you go.
Yeah, and not doing so well here over the last couple of months. People are not buying tea in China, so don't know what's happening there. All right, we'll leave that alone. And yeah, that covers, friends, our gap up and down this morning. Again, as we expected, not a whole lot's going to be in play. We'll find something to trade. I think we're just got to be picky on the stuff that we put on the list. And for the most part, it's a lot of monitoring and scanning and seeing what can actually be in play this morning. So let's go to you guys. Again, I don't know if you're going to have a lot off your list, but let's start with you guys. See what you guys got this morning. Luckin Coffee. Yeah, we saw what happened with that. That ticker. MU. Yes, we have MU on deck. I think it looks very good. Ajit, welcome, my friend. Good to see you in chat. Ajit won the giveaway last Wednesday. Well, this week Wednesday, and some of you guys too. Yeah, I saw your emails on Brian's book. Some of you guys won Brian's book. I'll get you that today. And we'll be doing one more funded account today. And every day for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members, we'll be giving a funded account away to you guys. So if you haven't had the opportunity to sign up, do so. Head over to YouTube, and then right next to subscribe, you can see the join. And if you're part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, we'll do a giveaway a bit later today. Very popular in China, says Ming. Okay, yeah, well, I can see that, but not doing well though, right? Is it any good? Are you having it? Is it any good here? Ming in China says it's very popular. Any other tickers? I see MU. Graggy River. Yes, it is cold. This is legit cold today. It's cold as our watch list this morning. That's exactly what it is. Someone saying, Marcus, China Starbucks. It's like the Starbucks in China? Really? That's big. That's big if it is. All right, nothing off the chat. How about you guys? NVO. Yes, NVO was in play last trading day. And this week, really, we've seen some increased volume in it. But again, we have one day with some good volume, some good movement. Outside of that, it really hasn't done much. So again, that's not really been on the list. It was on the list 2 trading days ago, and we got great volume. We got a nice gap up of the news of their pill, if you guys remember that. But this is how they trade it, at least for the market open. Was very bad for me as far as not even traded, but saying as far as choppiness, was very choppy. Eventually sold off, but very rough start for NVO. How about for you, John? Anything you like that might be gapping down today?
Down? No. I don't even have anything gapping down.
Yeah, I don't see anything either. Yeah.
No,
everything's just kind of barely flat, like up slightly, not up above 2%, but just like slightly up, but not a whole lot going on there.
One thing you might want on the gap up could be Amazon. That's been playing a little better lately, and it's getting back into the 230s territory, which I know I watched it a lot, so I know it's hard for Amazon to get back up there. So now it's trading around 232, 233 this morning, and that maybe could be something interesting. But I think looking at what you have for the primary right now, I'll probably be watching Tesla and Nvidia the most, and then MU, like we said, just because it's got a little bit of movement compared to other things. But nothing on the gap down, Carlos.
Yeah, it's pretty light here. All right. Amazon. Yeah, we could throw Amazon on the list and see where it goes here. Probably the secondary, because again, it's just to see if anything turns on. But right now, it's not doing a whole lot. Pretty quiet for the most part. But that's typical Amazon. That's how they usually start their pre-market. They don't give you a whole lot and can still put in a nice day. I do like their daily here. AVGO is another one being mentioned in chat. Yeah, pretty quiet. It's just kind of wait and see. Again, very similar to Amazon right now, right? Just not a lot going on. Light volume, daily, got going pretty nice. We had some beautiful trades on AVGO here, and here, right? Some really nice days, selling off pretty nicely. I mean, the minute it opened up, and it was clean sell-offs too. So since then, we haven't gotten a whole lot of activity out of it, but we'll have to wait for the market open and see how this thing plays out. ASTS is being mentioned. We'll look at Oracle next. It's another one that's been somewhat hot in our radar here. ASTS right now, yeah, it's big sell-off on Friday. I see you saying Friday because we're off yesterday, but no, big sell-off on Wednesday. And then since then, we just have to wait for the market open. Again, a lot of stuff, just kind of wait for the market open to see what is in play. Rocket Lab right now down 1.4. Again, just kind of stuck in this little consolidation after doing some very big, nice moves here, but not a whole lot happening there as well. All right, Oracle. We'll do Oracle, and then we'll see what else. We'll kind of call it. We'll answer some questions. We got time today. We can answer some questions. I don't know if John has a rant, but if John has a rant today, will be a good day to get into that, because we got time, friends. We got time. So any questions you guys want to answer, get them ready and queued up, and we can get right to them. Oracle at the moment, very quiet, guys. I mean, just not much going on. Just hanging out the previous day close. There's really nothing happening right now. We'll have to wait when the volume comes in and see if this is going to be a player today. But at the moment, we're not seeing anything. And Oracle it's been interesting. We went from not talking about this at all, only seeing them I think 4 times a year, right, when earnings, to being mentioned almost at least once or twice every week. After this huge gap up, increase in volume in September, we see that right on there. Has definitely been trading a lot different, moving a lot more, giving us more opportunities, but it's starting to just come back to its regular type trading. So it might not be in the spotlight for long if the volume continues to drop off here. Now, I'm not gonna beat it up too much, because this week volume's gonna be down. Next week probably as well. I think once we get back into early January, we'll start seeing some normal trading again, and see if Oracle is going to be a player or not going forward. But right now, not happening. Tesla 500? No, that's not happening, man. Tesla's not hitting 500 before the year's out. I just think you don't have the volume. I think you're just not going to get the consistent volume to hit 500. I think it'll stick around here. I think it'll hang out here between 490. That's my non-professional opinion. I think we're just going to keep going back and forth here until probably January. That's my thoughts. John, what is your non-professional opinion of this?
Well, next week's a full week, and I think Tesla could definitely hit 500. But you know me, heavily biased, right? I'm into this stock, so I'm hoping it does. So you gotta take my words with a grain of salt. But yeah, yes. It's got to move $15. I mean, that's 2 days. That's 1 day. But it's 2 easy days. You know what I mean? It's not really that much. It's a matter of will. Does it want to do it next week? Does it want to wait to the new year, or is it never going to happen at all? I don't know. But it's like I said on Wednesday, I didn't expect the market to just slowly creep up on a low volume, boring day and go to all-time highs, but it did. And sometimes the unexpected does happen. So I wouldn't expect it today, but maybe next week.
Yeah. Today will be tough. I think just the volume is going to be so light. I think we need good volume days like here. We went through this stretch here, and Tesla was trading so well. I mean, look at that, right? That's on the higher end. They do good volume, but that's on the higher end of the daily here. And man, they almost broke. I can't believe they did not hit 500 in this day. They went 498. Like, come on. Just get
this before, Carlos. I've seen this before. Over all the years, all the stocks we've watched, they do some pretty unexpected things. I don't think it's unreasonable to think Tesla's going back to 465 before it goes somewhere else too. I think there's a pretty good support level down there, and if it doesn't get going here and consolidates a long time up in those levels you were talking about, it could start to lose faith here next week. So I'm mentally prepared that we go back down to 465, 460, somewhere down around there.
Yeah, could happen. We'll have to see. But I like the fact that we're just hanging out here. The fact that we're just hanging out here on the daily is a good thing, and not just completely rejecting and having this major sell-off. So we'll see what it does in the next couple of days. I think it'll be interesting. For us, doesn't matter as far as trading whether it goes up or down, as long as it provides us opportunities, and that's what we need out of it today. It did on Wednesday. Had a beautiful drop off on Wednesday. Nice sell-off. I missed it. Good recovery as well. So it did give you some opportunities there when it came to Tesla. All right. What else, friends? Tesla, we were good. Rocket Lab continues to dump here. Let's take a look. Rocket Lab. Let me update my thing here at the bottom. Oh, yeah, it is updated. Nvidia, Tesla, MU, and Amazon. So that's good. You guys are mentioning Rocket Lab. What's going on? Okay, yeah, we're getting a little bit of a drop here on Rocket Lab, down 1.7. I'm gonna put it on a secondary. Let's see if this is gonna be something, or we just pushing lower and coming right back up. So I'll put it in the secondary. We need to see more out of it. Volume is a little bit lighter still. So Rocket Lab will put it on here, and we'll take a look in a few minutes if there's anything major happening. Other than that, I think we're set, man. Let's get to our community events and announcements. I know it's a light week. So we'll see what's taking place. You head over to bearwithtraders.com, friends. You can click on webinars and you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Our good buddy John is going to take you through Friday. Today's Friday. Yes.
We just do Fridays on Friday, or do we take a peek into the next week? I can't remember.
No, we'll just do Friday on Fridays. It's good.
All right.
We could remind people about Monday morning. Yeah.
That's right. There you go. So today we have the Peak Capital Trading Bootcamp preparation meeting. That's run by Mike, who very generously does a pre-bootcamp session for all the people joining bootcamp, which is great because we use it to get people ready. So when we kick off bootcamp, we can start off at more of a jogging pace as opposed to running, perhaps. So if you are in the, gosh, what are we up to? Bootcamp 17, Carlos?
Is it 17 already, man?
17, the 17th bootcamp.
I think so.
If you're starting that in January, go ahead and join Mike for the PCT bootcamp prep meeting, and get ready, because the best way to do bootcamp, if you can, is to have a strategy ready to go, something you want to work on from day one. You can really get off and running. Right, according to the curriculum we've designed, it's the best way. But if you can't, if you want to explore a little bit strategy wise as you go through the first month of boot camp, that's very common as well. So no pressure.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what we forgot to do, Carlos? It's
What's
the
that?
day after Christmas. What did you get for Christmas?
I got clothes. I got headphones. That's pretty much it, man. Nothing crazy. Me and my wife really just focus more on the kids, man. More than anything, and my parents. But
you got young ones,
just
so do you have a
clothes.
lot of assembly to do? Are you out there with the hex wrenches building things?
No, I didn't get a lot of the assembly stuff, man. My son is into Legos heavily, so we started our team build Legos. We love these things, man.
Nice.
So we started that in, but nothing crazy to build. So besides putting batteries on a couple of toys, nothing insane. So that's good. Because I hate those toys with like 130 pieces you got to build from scratch. Like, yeah, like wait a minute, what's going on here? But yeah, no, we're into Legos right now, so that's fun. How about you, man?
Worst thing I ever. Well, no assembly. My kids are getting old enough. They're mostly into clothes and things now. I got this hoodie, which still has a tag on it, by the way. I threw this on this morning. But
I got the tag on mine too. This thing had a tag. I couldn't rip it off. My fingers were so cold. I just left it. I still got the tag on this thing.
This is a Patriots Veterans Day hoodie. So you know the Veterans Day game, they wear like special stuff for the NFL.
Yeah,
Carlos. Yeah. So this is the hoodie from the.
Oh, it's nice.
Let me see if I can get the.
Oh yeah. I like that with the flag on it. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah. It's a nice one.
Yeah. So my wife and I were watching the Veterans Day weekend games, and I just mentioned that when I was watching the Patriots, it's like those are really cool hoodies. I'd love to have one of those. And I saw this little spark in her eye, and I was like, I'm getting one of those for Christmas. So I was 90% sure I'd be finding this. So yeah, I'm at the age where a good hoodie is about all I need for Christmas.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. I got a couple of shirts. This one included here, and I still got the tag on it. If, I might just use it now and then return it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, man, it's a good thing. It's for the kids. Kids enjoy. They have a blast, man, and they're home today, so they're home right now, and they're enjoying the holidays. So beautiful thing.
Did not get a Lambo. I assume Andrew's probably having a hard time delivering those Lambos to us. That's a lot of logistics, I guess, to get all those cars.
It's so funny. He put a video on Instagram, reel, turning on his Lamborghini after was it like 3 weeks or something, like 4 weeks. It was like a month. And I think he turned it on, and the tire pressures are not where they need to be. I mean, the thing is just sitting there collecting dust. And it's like me and you might need to fly out there and just give this thing a run for its money, because he's gonna hand this in with like no miles. Like, but it's a lease. when he hands it in, it's gonna be like, "Did you use this thing at all?" So we're gonna have to go over there and give it a little
I
run
know
for its
I
money
know I'm a
there.
Tesla zealot, and I know people get tired of it. And I'm not saying Andrew needs to buy a Tesla, but an electric car is what that guy needs because it's just where does he ever drive? You know,
Yeah. Yep.
get a cool electric. You should get a Lucid or something like that. You know, something
Luces are
fancy. I
nice,
don't.
man. Those are really fancy cars.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
beautiful. Yeah, they're
yeah, they're nice. They're nice.
fast too.
Um,
I think they've got one that does 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds.
it's ridiculous, man, and it looks really, really good. So, there's definitely other cars out there other than Tesla. Though Teslas, obviously lead the market here. Um, Friends, speaking of holidays and everything else, man, I enjoyed the holidays yesterday. We spent the day in the couch watching movies, watching the Grinch from Jim Carrey. That movie's so good, man.
We
It is
watched the
so
same one.
good.
Yeah.
It's a classic, man. And if you hear all the background and how long it took him, do you know that his makeup took 8 hours every time to put on his makeup, and he
Did you
did it
know
like 130 times,
he had to
some
work with a
crazy number.
special? I heard this on the internet. Now, this is one of those things
Yeah,
you read that comes through your feed, but I read that he had to work with a military special forces guy who was well versed in torture procedures and how to deal with torture and things. But because Jim hated having all that Grinch
yeah,
makeup on him, apparently he couldn't stand it and it was driving him nuts. So someone had to help him like mentally through the process. That may be complete BS, but if you believe the
yeah,
stuff that comes through your feed real quick,
yeah.
that
I read
maybe
it
some.
it came on Bloomberg this weekend. It came as an alert, and they were like, the producer were thinking about doing a number two, part two of it, but it's like it's way too much work. So insane. Speaking of the holidays, friends, if you want to join BearWithTraders.com, you can do so. Holiday 60 is the code that gets you in. Look at that drop, 60% off. That's 999. That is the cheapest you'll ever see our elite annual membership. So if you're interested in joining, definitely check that out. It gives you access to everything on Bear with Traders for an entire year: chat room, trading, education center, all that fun stuff. Our elite webinars that happen every week. So definitely take advantage of that. And we had some winners. We had someone won the elite membership yesterday. They emailed me, so we'll get them all hooked up. And someone texted me in chat asking about their funded account. Yes, I saw your email today. I'll respond back to you with a code so you can get that set up and good to go and start trading on your funded account. And we'll give another one away today for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. Every day going forward, we're going to give one funded account away in our giveaway, so stay tuned for that. All right, friends, our list very light today: Nvidia, Tesla, MU, secondary Amazon, Rocket Lab for me, man. And that's pretty much it for right now. Our trading terminal gappers list continues to be very quiet. Nothing new on here. WBD. Any news on that? Did anything come out on who's getting what? I'm not sure if there's anything on deck.
Well, speaking of potential news, Amazon's taking a bit of a dip here. But in the great scheme of things, it's fallen about a buck 50. It's not huge, but on today's scale of movement, it looks rather rough. But just pointing that out. WBD. That's Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Warner Brothers. I know they got the trying to get the sale going. Not sure who's doing what here.
Don't see anything here. Let me check Twitter or X.
It's funny how some stuff still has Twitter on it, even on X. Like if I was trying to get the stream going today and I got locked out because it's Andrew's account for X. And as I'm trying to get the stream going on X, there's still certain areas where it calls Twitter broadcast. Like they still have not been able to change all the Twitter stuff even within X. So it's funny to see that, man.
It's a sticky name. I've said this
Is.
many times, and I think a lot of people say this, but the X thing just does not roll off the tongue. It's just not a great name.
No, it's got to go back to Twitter.
Was a lot better. Yeah, that probably never happened, but yeah, I think we all prefer saying Twitter. No, I don't see anything for Warner Brothers per se. No. But as always, chat room, if you see anything, let us know.
I remember when PayPal was X. I didn't even know that PayPal was X. I had no idea PayPal
I
was
think
X.
that's true. Yeah, he's been trying to
So
live
he's
this
got
dream of having.
this X. What's the deal with the X? He's got like a thing for X. Like
I
what's
don't know.
going on?
Why does he want to get back to Mars so badly? I swear the guy's an alien. Like there's something there's a few weird things about him that suggest he may
Yeah,
not be of this planet and he's trying to get back to Mars.
yeah, I think so, man. Well, he's having kids. Like he wants to populate a planet, so maybe that's part of it too. I have no idea what's going on. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
he's definitely good at that.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna start typing in my list over here. Friends, you guys have any questions? Let us know. We do have time today. Again, very short list today. Very light volume across the board. Gappers list pretty quiet as well for the most part. I'm gonna be looking at scanners on tradingterminal.com to see what hits one of my favorite scanners is that turbo breakup and turbo breakdown because they provide things that, especially at the market open, that might not be on my list. But on my list right now, Tesla, Nvidia, and MU. We did not talk about AMD. Let's take a look at AMD and see what's going on there. If anything, again, pretty quiet as well. Slightly up this morning. Nothing blockbuster about it at all. So we'll leave that alone. Amazon, what do we have here? Rocket Lab. And that's about it for me right now. And Amazon, as you guys mentioned, doing some stuff. You look at the movement in the last couple of minutes you've been mentioning. So we're getting some kind of movement on Amazon. Let's see if this develops into anything. You know what's been hitting my phone a lot, John? The 90s nostalgia type reels. Have you seen those? Where it's like,
I
hey,
have,
welcome back
yeah.
to the 90s with the AI. I'm like, okay, I love the 90s, but a lot of the stuff is like, you know, because they're making fun of the kids now with the like 6, 7, the stuff that they're doing now. I'm like, we did stupid shit too. Like people forget, like we did some dumb stuff as well. It's just different now. I think every generation has the dumb stuff that they do that you look back now and say, oh man, that's dumb. We didn't do that. But we had stuff that was like stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We
so
did
I
for
think
sure.
people,
Yeah.
yeah, I think people they're just reliving their youth, like how much fun they had as a child. But it's not that the kids are worse off than they were before. And I'm sure our parents, same thing. They'll look back and say, "Oh, look at these kids," punching each other when they see a Volkswagen, whatever. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, there's always something like that. I think going forward. So I think it's just a generational thing. But it's so funny because my feed out of nowhere after Christmas just got bombarded with the same reel of different types. This 90 nostalgia. So it's just crazy. So
I take a weird position as a 50-year-old man that I actually really like the 6-7 thing because it's such a harmless, stupid thing. Like
yeah.
it's even funny that I know it drives teachers nuts. It must be hard to, avoid that number all day. But
Oh
it's
yeah,
funny because it's like
it
it's
is.
so harmless and stupid, and there could be a lot worse trends that our youth could be getting into, and if it's just going nuts over 6-7, and it's something that almost means nothing, it makes almost no sense. Then I say, let them have
Oh,
it. It'll go away
of
eventually.
course, of course. Like we're like, it's like, oh my god, this is so dumb. Like this is hilarious. I love it.
I was
You
watching a
know?
clip of a WNBA game, or it might have been women's college basketball. I think it was women's college basketball. But anyway, the score was about to go up to 6-7, and the whole place was full of kids. Think they bust in a bunch of elementary schools to watch this game or something. It was so funny watching the whole arena, like just getting ready for this girl to hit a free throw, so it would hit 67, and the whole place could go nuts. I loved it.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Um, all right, guys, we are pretty much set. I don't have anything else. Any questions from the chat from our YouTube? We're not on X today because I got kicked out, so I couldn't stream on X because I got kicked out of X. So we'll have to figure that out. How we could do that properly. And any questions? Anything you guys want to answer? We have plenty of time on this. A slow start of a Friday after a holiday day off, and right into the weekend. So again, pretty strange trading day. I think will be safe.
Yeah,
What is
it's
the
a good
current
day,
temperature of the
folks.
room? 45, my friend. 45. The temperature is climbing.
Oh man,
We are
coming
at
up.
45. There it is. So we are getting there. Yeah, coming up from 30 was pretty rough. So it's cranking. It's cranking. And then I don't want it to get too hot too fast. And then what happens is then you get the pains in your fingers. You know, when you go too hot too fast. I just want to just kind of ease into it. But the computer did stop Yeah, it was doing a weird sound. It was growling. It was growling when I turned it on. It was 30 degrees in here. It was like, "Arr!" I'm like, oh shoot, that's not good. But it's warming up. Um, how will things change if trading becomes 24 hours? I don't think it's going to change. It doesn't matter because even now, like with interactive brokers, you could have an overnight order. Like I could put an overnight order with interactive brokers, right? And it'll sit there, but it probably won't get filled until volume comes in. So I think as long as the market makers keep their time at 9:30, I don't see market makers, or waking up at 3 a.m., 2 a.m. to do orders. I don't see that happening because they need volume. So as long as the market makers and the algos are scheduled between 9:30 and 4 p.m., it doesn't matter. Retail volume is not enough to move the markets at 24 hours to make a difference at the market open. So I don't think you're going to see a difference right now at all. What I think the biggest benefit, I think for me when it comes to 24 hours is for swing traders, right? If you're swing trading and you want to get out of a position, maybe that's more accessible to do so. Maybe your stops can work better if it's 24 hours because now for swing trading, you don't really have that. And I could see hopefully retail traders being able to react to news more. So and again, I'm picking a drastic one, right? But let's say we attack something somewhere and that affects oil or something else. Maybe you could trade oil right away instead of having to wait till 4 a.m. when it usually just gaps down and you as a retail trader don't have no choice, right? Audio is bad. Let me reset it here. Um, that's probably because I hit the mic and the cable. So I think that's where some of the benefits come in. Other than that, I don't think it's gonna. If the market makers still keep their hours, I don't think gonna have a big difference. To be honest,
I think a big
um,
thing that's going to affect it is, are they going to change when you could place a stop, for example, Carlos? Like if
right?
some of the dynamics of how the market works are not going to change, like we can all trade pre-market now, right? There's nothing stopping us, anybody
Yeah,
with an account that allows it, and that's not hard to get one. So why isn't there more volume? Like why doesn't it all happen, between 4 o'clock in the morning and 9:30 as opposed to waiting? And it's some of it's how it's structured as to how we can trade. And one of the things we can't do in the pre-market is set a stop. And if that doesn't change, I think you'll still see most of your volume flow in at 9:30 when the market, quote unquote, opens. Um, because that's when, and again, you talk about like how the market's structured and how it works and sort of what are the pseudo rules about it. Obviously, a lot of orders sort of settle out at 9:30 is a lot. That's why you don't want to trade there necessarily, because there's so much transacting going on to sort of settle things that you get caught up in the in sort of this unreadable mix that happens in the first couple minutes. I think that'll keep happening, I guess.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, Carlos needs a new mic. No, the mic is good, man. That mic is actually pretty nice. The issue is we're running everything to software, right? Usually, when you have any type of production like the one we have here, you have a mixer, you have everything going into an actual mixer, so the computer's not the one encoding everything. So when I have the camera encoding the audio, the feed from John, the screens, it's a lot happening for it to be all done through processing, right? Usually high quality setups, what they do is they have actual equipment, and it prevents a lot of that staticness that's built. But it works. It works for now. It works for now. All right, let's see. What else, friends? Anything else? Anything else happening? What's Amazon doing? Amazon's quiet. MU not doing anything. Tesla's on my list, pretty quiet as well. Very light volume still. Nvidia's the one today, guys. I like the way Nvidia looks this morning. The pre-market's got the volume today, 2.6 million. So that's where a lot of the action is as of right now, friends. So, anything else?
I know I'm not on here very often, Carlos. I'm just filling in for Peter. So for people on probably more like YouTube who don't know who I am or how I trade, I'm
Oh
looking
yeah,
this morning just to catch some breakouts to the top side. I like to trade long and I like to trade stocks breaking out over their intraday high. So whatever high is set after 9:30, I'm going to look for stocks breaking through there. And I generally wait, if I'm being smart, I wait 5 minutes, let the first five candles, first five 1 minute candles just sort of sort themselves out and wait for the stocks with a true pullback and an interesting high perhaps and good volume and good candle structure going into that potential break, and is just looking for those. So I'll be trading live with you, Carlos, here this morning, so we can talk about that as it happens. But
yeah.
You
Yep.
never know what could do just even on a morning like this where it looks all kind of dull, it's you never know who's going to offer you an opportunity. So I'll just be watching that on my screen of those 12 stocks and trying to catch one, doing what I'm looking for. And if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. And I was trying to say earlier, like, look, this is not a day to overtrade. This is exactly the kind of day you don't want to look back on when the market closes today and say, oh man, why did I trade so much? It's very unlikely to be a good day for many swings of the bat, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah. I'm taking it very, very easy today. Just gonna let the setups come to me, and it might be a day where we don't get no action this morning. So, we'll have to see. Some
You
comments were
know,
saying, "Go ahead, Peter. I mean, go ahead, John."
I was talking to Jared about. I get this uneasy feeling. Do you remember? Well, what year was it? It was the end of 2021. The market was we went all-time highs right around this time of year, right around Christmas into the new year, and everything was looking just so rose. You remember 2020 and 2021, like
Oh
just
yeah,
baller years,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then 2022 was just this miserable bear market year. And I looked back. It's fun to look back at the old numbers. We closed the year at the end of 2021 with a SPY up around 480, which felt like such a big number at the time.
Yeah.
And we actually went down to 350 by October. So
I I remember that. I remember that. It's weird, man, how the drop off can come so quickly. But I do remember that, and even like this year too, like end of last year, you had a drop off as well, if I remember correctly, right? Going into this year, so we did drop quite a bit
we
as well. Yeah,
did. We had the
yeah,
kind of the Trump, you know, throwing a wrench in all our
yeah,
ideas of what the economy and the market should look like. But yeah, it's we did get a pullback in the beginning of this year too. It'll be interesting
yeah,
though. I think the economy is poised to be strong. It feels like going into 2026. That's a weird year to say coming out of my mouth. 2026. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, who knows?
It's crazy, man. I mean, so many people, even experts, saying, "Oh, we're not gonna have tech do double digits this year." Okay, sure. We blew right through that. Blew right through that. I mean, stocks were just incredible. So, I mean, it's insane. But so many people were saying, "No, we're not gonna get the same year we had 2025," and man, how wrong they were. And it was not just one or two people. It was so many analysts saying you're not gonna get that again. And man, they were wrong. You just never know with this market. You really don't. So whether it's right or wrong, whether they should be there or not, it's a whole different story. You know, this is what is right now. That's what's happening in the market. Again, making all-time highs. Even right now in the pre-market, I think, right? Yeah, we're waking up to
Yeah.
all-time highs, I believe. So did we just barely touch it? I think all-time highs was last trading day, right? So after hours, last trading day. So yeah, so we're barely touching it right now, 690 something. So let's see. Let's see. We should be able to crack that during the market open today. Should be fun.
One of the reasons I
Um,
love day trading is because the economy can do whatever it's going to do in 2026 and the market can do whatever it's going to do. But I can come here every day and just look for my silly little setup, and just it can happen on a bear day, it can happen on a bull day, it can happen any day. It might not
yeah,
happen on a particular day, but it's obviously we all have money probably in the market. We have our retirement accounts and 401ks and things like that.
yeah,
But it's fun to have this other chunk of money in the market where I can kind of call my own shots, and don't just ride the wave as it's given to me with
right,
with the
right.
bigger stuff.
100% agree. Like when the market is down, like for example, when the market is down heavily, you don't look at your 401k. Just focus on trading. You don't look at your retirement accounts. You could look at it now. Now it's okay to look at it, but don't worry about the long term stuff, and then have fun with the day trading stuff. So it's a good balance, a good mix to have.
My
All right,
brother-in-law
friends.
said to me at our
Well,
Christmas party, he asked me how the market's doing. He says, I never even watch it. And this is a guy who has a 401k and stuff, he
yeah.
contributes every month, has a retirement account, whatever it is. And I was like, man, that's weird. I don't know how you live your life, like not knowing if the market's up or down.
Listen,
Maybe it's
man.
a blissful way to live. I don't know.
I was there at one point before Bareboot Traders and day trading and losing my job. dude, I didn't had no clue what the market was doing. We're talking about like 2008. Like even the I was telling a story. Even when the financial housing was happening, the crash, I was clueless. You know what's? I had no. I'm traveling. I'm doing this, doing that. I bought my first car. My first car I bought in 2008. My first car. I had no idea things were about to collapse or collapsing. I didn't know about the financial crash until like I got involved with trading. So I was oblivious to all this that's happening. I'm traveling, my work is fine, I'm getting my paycheck, I'm going out drinking, I'm not even noticing anything that's happening, I'm buying things. So some people just, if you're not affected, man, you have no clue. And I was there. Yeah, I was there. So that could be good and bad. So yeah, some people are like that. That just if they're not affected personally, they have no clue what the financial market is doing. So
That was the same way. I had had a job for about a decade at that point, so I'd been putting money into the market for about 9 years, probably in 2008 when it all went kaput. But I don't know. I was young and I probably didn't have enough to really make me care. And yeah, I just wasn't paying
yeah.
attention. I didn't really start watching until 2010 is when I really got into, being at work and always having a chart of the Dow or something up every day. It's just
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Yeah, it happened.
something kicks in when you're about 30 years old and you just want to know what the market's doing every day.
Yeah, yeah. Could be, man. Could be. Um, all right. We are set, friends. Andrew and Brian up next here in the chat room. I see Brian's got his list ready. Let's see. Actually, John, tell us what our team is watching. I know we got a couple of there, and then we'll get into our live trading.
Oh yeah, let me pull up my computer here. Where did my chat room go? I've lost it. All right. Oh no, that is my chat room. I'm all confused here. Gary's looking at Tesla. It's got a comment here: over VWAP for 500, under VWAP for 475. So Gary likes big targets, by the way. If you ever watch Gary trade, and it's kind of exciting to follow what he's doing because he goes for really nice big moves. He trusts in the process. So yeah, Gary's gonna be watching Tesla for some big moves. Nvidia, he's looking for potential gap and go, and he's got SPY 688.69. I don't know if that's a buy point or a target, but anyway, Brian's looking at Tesla, Nvidia, Rocket Lab, SPY in the Qs. Jared's gonna be watching Tesla and SLV. We might have to look that one up. I'm not sure what that is. And on the secondary, he's going to be looking at the SPX. Amen, potential longs in Netflix and Apple. Amen often has, I wouldn't say contrarian, but ideas that other people don't particularly have on a given day. So I know a lot of us are not looking at Netflix or probably Apple, but Amen is. So there could be some plays there. He likes the longer time frames and zooms out a lot for kind of a totally different kind of trading than what I do, which is more momentum based. So Netflix and Apple for Amen. Phil, Nvidia, MU, SPY, and Tesla and Paris. Nvidia, MU, Tesla, and PLTR. We didn't mention PLTR this morning, but that's always a good mover as well. So that could be good. And I don't have mine up there, but I'll be watching Tesla and Nvidia and MU probably the most.
Yeah. Awesome, friends. Yeah, POTR, you mentioned that one. I'll add this to my secondary list as well, just in case. It's a good one to watch. It tends to do some stuff at times if it can get the volume. All right, friends.
SLV, silver, SLV. I'm sorry. I should have known that.
Oh, yeah.
Or Jared.
Yeah, yeah. Silver, man, just crushing it. Look at this thing. 4.2. This is a ETF. Yeah, Silver Trust. So if you want to look at this one, SLV. All right. All right, friends, we're good to go. In chat, have a great trading day. If I don't speak to you a little bit later, have a great weekend. And we'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. Brian and Andrew trading in chat with you guys in just a moment. John and I are going to go continue here on YouTube, trading live with our friends over there. So take care, guys. We'll see you a little bit later.
Thanks, folks.
All right, friends, switching everything up here and getting ready to hang out with you folks over on YouTube. Reminder, today we're giving our giveaway, funded account giveaway. So make sure to sign up if you want to be part of that. We'll do that a little bit later this morning. All right, let's get our 1 minute and our 5 minute, I got my Nvidia, I got Tesla, MU, Amazon Rocket Lab, and I did add POTR to the list. So I'm gonna put that there as well. And we'll see what the action is. I think Nvidia will be the one I'm gonna be focusing on this morning. I think that'll be my front and center for today.
These funded account giveaways are fun, huh? The gift of up to potential $10,000. That's
That
pretty awesome.
I'm telling you, man, it's pretty neat. You know, you can have 90 days of trading, and if you just trade well, like if you just, because we see this all the time. I know, John, you see this like front and center. 'Cause I know you see that the numbers of people, just even with boot camp, how some people start well and they just don't accept a loss. Like if you just accepted this loss at like 150 and just stopped and came back tomorrow, next week, whatever, you could
Yeah.
continue on your uptrend. And we can tell
It
you how
is.
many times we see this. It's just
It's the number one
mind-boggling.
killer. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
number one killer. You got to know how to take your bad days. And I'm telling you, I've seen it because I've watched these funded accounts for over a year,
yeah,
tracking them for Andrew. And yeah, if you want to blow it up, just hold on to a bad trade, hold on to a bad day. But you can always make it
it's
up. You can always make it up. It sucks to have a red day. It does.
right,
But
right.
you have to stop treating trading as a day to like
Right,
as a
right.
measure of every day. That's what kills traders is this green day, red day thing. You got to think of yourself in a longer term, like how am I doing in the first quarter of 2025? How am I doing in the second quarter? Like measure
Yeah,
yourself that way. If you can get your head to think in those terms, it's a lot easier. And I guarantee
much,
you're gonna,
much
yeah, you'll have
easier.
an easier time and probably trade better because it's this whole like refusing to have a red day thing. I've had it.
Right.
We've all had it. We've all had the same trading problems. Don't think anything you ever did that you're like, man, that was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. I've done all of those things multiple times. You
Yeah.
just yeah. Well, here we are. We're at the open here, so let's watch what's going on.
Yep, yep. Well said, my friend. Well said. It's a big issue. All right, let's see. Nvidia and Tesla are front and center for me. Tesla doing his thing there. Pre-market meditation. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck, my friend. Good to have you. Oh man, Tesla. You know what? Tesla might hit 500 today if it starts off like this. You know, we
I
might just,
I won't get
we
my
might
hopes
just.
up.
No, I know it always does this, and it kind of wiggles around a little bit. So let's see. We're not far though. Like $13, $14 is not a big deal for Tesla on any
It's
given
not.
day.
No,
So it's not far fetched, man. It's really not. This thing can move. Um,
basically about $5 is 1%. So if we want to move
yeah,
from the open here to get the five, we got to go 3% up on Tesla,
it's
which
not.
is pretty do. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
pretty
very
doable.
doable. It does it
Yeah,
all the time. It could also lose 3 or 4% today. So, but
yeah,
yeah, Wednesday
yeah.
was rough because it opened, Carlos. I don't know if you watched the opening on Wednesday, but it spiked up into like the low 490s. I was like, hell yeah, we're back. Let's do another run at 500. And that was it,
I
man. It
know.
was just a rough day after that. So I'm watching all these top 12 stocks here, and I'm being paid. It's going to be very easy to be patient today. I will have no problem waiting the first 5 minutes. Believe me. Um, may even wait longer than that. May wait
Yeah,
all day. May never happen.
yeah.
It looks pretty choppy so far. SPY and the Qs are actually starting weak here.
Yeah, I'm looking at Tesla's engulfing here. This could be a good 1 minute ORB breakdown. Tesla's just tricky because man, it can shoot up so quickly. Like it's doing right there. You see that? So it's see that's the hard part about trading Tesla. Look at the pullback, almost $1. This is why when I trade it, sometimes I got to give it like $1.50 because it's just the way I trade. If you don't, you're gonna get stopped out immediately. Um, Again back below the view app. Uh, yeah, it's too wild. See, if I almost went in. If I would have went in short there, immediately stop out right there. So gotta wait for it to settle down here. It's can't tell what it wants to do now. It looks like it wants to go long. I'm just gonna wait. Oh, look at him, you beauty, beautiful
Yeah, it's
drop on
dropping
MU
good.
there. Yeah,
Hard to hard to see Nvidia back up here. I bought Nvidia back in July in a different
yeah.
account, and I got in at 155, and I told myself we're going to target 200, and
Mm,
I got it, Carlos. And you know how it goes when you're up to your target. Sometimes you're like, maybe we can do more. maybe 10,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
almost
yeah.
50. I
Ah,
think I saw a high of 212, and then
did you
it
take it
just
or no?
I didn't. No, I should have. When you tell yourself you got a
I
target,
know.
and there's nothing wrong with selling at your target. I should have done it, and I didn't. And I
Yeah,
eventually sold a couple weeks ago at 181 because it just felt like I don't
the
know.
run
It's
might
like
be over.
Nvidia's really
Yeah,
lost its juice, man. Yeah, and now it's coming back up. It's
done
tough.
that.
I should have just sold at 200.
Done that for sure.
At least I made a little money on it, but man,
It's funny how you talk yourself into it. Like, you know what, man, my target was $10, but now I'm at 12. You know what? Why so now? Let me be aggressive on my winners. Next thing you know, you're selling at
yeah.
$8. So I've been there. Had that recently with a swing trade as well. Um,
Here comes
just weird.
AMD up to its high that it's set since the open. It's I have not let enough time elapse yet, so I'm not taking that for that particular reason right off the bat. But honestly, it
Which is
doesn't
that
matter.
one? AMD.
AMD, it's just it did a little sell off and now it's coming back up. Tesla's going over its high here. The market's ticking up. The SPY and the Qs are both breaking their high a day, dragging everything higher.
AMD's rocking. Tesla. See what it wants to do
I don't like the feel of these candles, Carlos. They don't
on Tesla.
and on anything. Everything looks just a little
Yeah.
hesitant in its movement. It's very hard to explain, but when you sit here for thousands of hours, you get a little feel of the way these
Yeah,
things
and
should form.
it's hard. This is the part that's hard to teach and explain
Very, very,
on
yeah.
a webinar. Like I see, I know exactly what you're talking about. Tesla it doesn't look good for long or short right now. Like just the way it's trading, right? Although it might break out either long. It looked like it was going to break out short later. It looked exactly the same. So it's just very weird trading on both of these. So we might be coming up on a 5 minute ORB on Tesla. So here's the 5 minute range being created. I like the way it's sitting above the VWAP here. I just don't know if we're gonna get the continuation. And that's my issue here. Like if I go long, I don't know if we're gonna get the continuation here. It does look like it wants to get going here. Um,
I like to equate day trading with hobbies people have. A lot of people have a hobby that they're very good at, something that they do a
yep.
lot, and or it could be your profession. It could be just something that you're very good at and you do all the time. And so let's say you play a lot of basketball, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you play hoops all the time. If you go to play and the ball has like I don't know what you pump a basketball to, but if it's a little bit flat, you know what I mean? You might
Yeah.
notice when you're
Yeah.
dribbling, like, God, this doesn't feel right. This needs a little bit more air. But you could pull me, onto the court. I would have no idea that ball needed a little bit
Right.
more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's that's the kind of nuance and subtlety that you get in screen time as well. That there's this unexplicable, like, how could a basketball player explain what they're feeling in their fingertips or in the time the ball takes the bounce or whatever? You could never explain that to someone. You just say it just feels a little flat.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to sit here day after day, build this screen time and get that kind of feel for these charts. So whatever it is you do in your life that you're good at, the thing that you do a lot that you know those little subtleties about. Think of day trading that way. Melanie's looking at Baba. Let me pull that up.
It's that time and
Um,
seat, man. Time and seat is
totally,
important. That
man.
screen time. Amazon above the VWAP here. Um,
Yeah, Baba's volume is just really low. I mean, we're well past the open now, and it's traded 256,000 shares. It's really low, and it's hard to trade stuff that has volume that's low. So I'm not gonna go there. I do see what Melanie's talking about pattern wise, but I don't really like the volume of Baba. I haven't traded Baba in quite some time.
yeah, same here. Ah, and MU actually put in a beautiful pullback, and now it might go lower. Damn, I missed that. I missed that possible 5 minute ORB on MU. And then Amazon. So you guys calling this out? It has got a nice engulfing on the 5 minute too. So it did a nice engulfing here as well. Um, I'm just not fully convinced on it, but it did a nice one there. You got the previous day close. That could be your initial target. So that could be something.
We got 123 dark, and the chat's looking at Nike here. Nike does look
Nike.
kind of strong.
Nike, I think, wanted to close like the gap on a Wednesday. Started going. Look at that. Looks like it wants to head higher too today, man.
Now it's at
You
Wednesday's
know?
high here slash
Yeah.
pre-market high. There's two tough levels here for Nike, so you might expect a pullback here as it tries to get through the pre-market high and the previous day high.
Yes, tries to break through that. Um, MU pulled back. Okay, I'm glad they didn't take that short because that would have not worked out. Looks like. Let's see.
Here goes Nvidia. I'm trying a little Nvidia here.
Nice. So
I
John's
like
in
that
long
punch. Looks like some
Nvidia.
volume was coming in, but it's not carrying. I gotta maybe get out of this quick because
Let's
and
see.
you're
He's
gonna go
trying.
Nvidia. Yeah, that 192 is tough. I might
He's
be eating
trying. Market
a poop.
Atlas is bullish on Nvidia, man. Very bullish towards
Oh,
193. You got plenty
I,
there, 192.50. Let's see if it can
it's
push through.
dangerous
But
because we
yeah,
just broke 192, but we didn't go anywhere. So I really don't like that. I think I gotta get out. I gotta eat the loss on that one. So that should have happened faster, is what I want to see. And basically the entry candle I got in on, which was the nine, what's that, 35, 36, 37, 938 candle. Really wanted to
yeah.
see that break on the candle I was buying. And there's two problems there. One, it wasn't doing that. And the other problem is it broke 192, but by 3 cents and started to drop back down. There was no pop whatsoever. This time of
Mm-hmm.
morning, if that breakout's going to be good, it's going to pop 20 cents, maybe a little bit more. None of that was happening. So it may continue here. In fact, it's coming back up now, but I wanted to see that initial fast break at this time of day. So we'll just take a
Yeah.
pause.
Get a buffer right away on your entry, which is always really nice to get that spacing. Tesla is just struggling, man. I thought it was gonna go actually. It looked like it was gonna go here, but it's just look at this. Came right
Yeah,
back. This is tough trading
I
on
expect
Tesla.
nothing from Tesla today.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is this is
I
hard
wouldn't get
trading.
excited about it. They're gonna
Yeah.
mess with it today.
All right, let's see what Nvidia wants to do. So Nvidia failed the breakout um above 92
Still might
here.
get back into Nvidia because it's holding the $0.50 level, 190, which is a good
Mm-hmm.
sign. That's kind of like the next liquidity level down from 192. If it holds there and makes another good run here, there might be something. SPY still trending up. The Qs are stuck at the pre-market high. Kind of want the market in my direction here. Even this time of day,
Yeah.
we're 10 minutes into the open now, but I kind of want to trade with the SPY and the Qs if I can, even if it's just in the entry candle.
Yeah, I look at that as well, man. I like trading with the market. Not always, but whenever those two things can line up, I just feel like you got the odds more in your favor. Just one of those things to add to your criteria. Man, look at
Oh
Tesla.
yeah,
Well below VWAP.
look at it. Oh wait, Nvidia. Oh shoot, I was just about to enter. Damn it, I think I missed it. I was looking at Amazon. Somebody mentioned it in the chat. Um, yeah, Amazon did a beautiful ABCD or high a day break. Those are almost the same trade, to be honest. They're
Yeah.
very similar, but yeah, that's a jeez. Look at that break on Amazon.
Yeah, that's
Told you,
nice,
Carlos. Didn't I
man.
say during the pre-market show? I said
You
maybe
did.
Amazon.
Maybe
Tell
Amazon.
you,
And
man.
someone called it out here. Someone called it out very early on. They mentioned it to me, VWAP breakout. And I personally did not love the setup. You also had a 5 minute ORB. I mean, a 5 minute engulfing too. Like this is a very strong signal. And I don't know. Didn't take it. Didn't pull it. So not sure. Keep
Now there's
looking at
another big level
MU.
coming up for Amazon.
Okay, let's see.
I was just going to say
Um,
233 on Amazon. You got that yesterday's
yeah,
high or Wednesday's high, and then you get the pre-market high there as well. So expect that to be a tough level. And Tesla is getting slaughtered. I'm so tired of watching this. The emotions, Carlos, the emotions.
yeah. I know, man. I know. Oh, look at this sell off.
It makes no
Yeah.
sense. It's the
It
moves
it
are
makes no sense. It's just
it's a toy. It's a
uh
toy for us day traders and everyone else, obviously. And it's a great way to make
it's
money driving Tesla up and down, but it behaves
yeah.
unlike anything else. It'll drive you crazy.
Yeah, ever since it's been up at this all-time highs, it's been acting very funky. Yeah, it's like a yo-yo bend. You're right. It's just been very weird. And we see this a lot, not just with Tesla. We saw it with Nvidia too. Like when Nvidia started hitting these, what was it, like a year? It seems like almost maybe a year ago, 6 months ago. Forgot what it was. But when they also hit their all-time highs, they were acting very weird. It was almost untradeable. It was tradable all the way until started to actually battle with the all-time high. And we're seeing that with Tesla here. It's just a back and forth on it. Um, MU drop and didn't do anything after that. Amazon retesting this previous day close. Let's see if it can break here.
Still watching Nvidia. It's about the only
Did the
thing
chat
that's
room freeze? My chat room froze. I see
the
Paris
BBT
and
chat room.
yeah.
It's moving for me.
Oh, so it's just my browser. Okay, there it is. I refreshed it. See, Paris took Nvidia 1 minute break. That was awesome. So he took that very, very early on. Sweet. Yeah, no, I think the browser just froze for some reason. All right, what else we got, friends? Um, Come on, I want to trade something. LTR, Rocket Lab, Amazon.
If you pull a 1 minute chart of the SPY up right now and a 1 minute chart of
Mm-hmm.
Nvidia, just watch them minute to minute. They're already sinking in with each other here.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
as the
falling
day
in
goes
line.
on,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that correlation gets stronger, and it doesn't take long. You see, we're only 15 minutes into the day, and it's really evident that it's there. So just be aware of that. It's not that it can't independently move, of course it can, but there is some relationship there, and you just want to be aware of how strong it is.
Yeah, yeah. I see it, guys. Send me a view up. I got it locked in here. Um, I just think it's just battling right now. Let's see if it can go up. I do like this one. I do like MU to be strong, especially with Nvidia being strong. Usually they play nice together. Not always, but usually they play nice together. But lately AMD's been doing its own thing. I'm sorry, MU's been doing its own thing. AMD is also slightly down, so Nvidia's just playing on its own here this morning. But let's see.
Meta's
Yeah.
pushing its high of day. Meta's got a high a day of
Mm,
668.95, and it just went up to test that, and it's pulling back here. So I'm going to set an alert on Nvidia because not Nvidia on Meta because the next time it
hmm
pushes up there might be good. So I'm going to put an alert at 668.40 on Meta.
So next time it goes above that, you'll be looking for a high of day breakout if it gets back up there.
It not merely getting up there would be the criteria, but if it gets up there the way I want, and
Right, right,
the
of course. Yeah,
volumes
yeah,
there, yeah. But there might be something on Meta. I've tried it a few times over the past couple days, and I've not really done well on it. So I'm gonna kind of
yeah.
keep that in mind.
Uh,
It's always a hard thing, isn't it, Carlos, when a stock burns you a few times, and then you start to think maybe I shouldn't trade that stock. But is that really
yeah, it should
the
it
right
shouldn't
answer?
be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing. But I'll be honest, man. I do it. Like if I get burned 3 times, I don't trade that ticker no more. Even if it does, I just
Yeah,
stay away from it because what it does, it prevents me from becoming emotional and trying to get my money back. So it could do my setup again perfectly, and I just won't be even looking at it just to prevent that
it's
revengey type trading. You know.
It's a hard
Um.
decision though. Like should
Yeah.
you avoid it or not? Was it just luck of the draw, or is it truly like something that doesn't behave well for your circumstances? It's
Yeah.
tough to figure that out.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a thing. I have it just protect the psychology part of it, right? Because that could cause more danger than actually me making money on it. So, um, yeah, I have some rules that somebody else will look at like, well, that doesn't make any sense. But like, yeah, you understand though. I'm the one trading it, not you. You know, so I know what my weaknesses are as far as my psychology that I got to protect myself from. And those could be different for you. You could have no problem with that at all. But I've been there where I lost a lot of money trying to revenge trade. It's a fine line between revenge trading and continuing to try to take stabs at something, right? So, um, your rules could be somewhat personalized to the way you trade. as MU continues to head lower here, man. I didn't know what it wanted to do. I actually thought it was going to try to go green or stay green above the VWAP. Failed. And look at the drop here. Yeah, I got market Atlas up. You want me to check something? Nvidia? Yeah, let's do it. Let's check Nvidia. What do we got here? Um, Bullish, man. Market Atlas looks bullish still. It looked bullish even earlier. So for the short period, you can see all these orders stacked up here above 192.30, 192.50. It's got a big one, 193, and then you got 194. So the whole down numbers, but in between that, you can see a lot of numbers up there, way more than you have down here. Besides this big guy down at 190, right? So it does look more bullish, but I don't know, man. I think it's a weird day right now. MU collapsing, man. That looks beautiful. MU actually ended up being a short. So look at that go.
And Nvidia's a turd at 192.
Yeah, it's just stuck there, and that's what you're seeing here. Just stuck there right now.
Melanie's looking at BABA again. We talked about that earlier. I said I didn't like it for the volume. It did go up to its high of day after a pullback, and it's kind of battling at that level here. It did pop a bit and it's back down. Yeah, BABA could end up being a great high day break trade. You just gotta set your rules over time, and you gotta tell yourself where you think your best probability of getting success is. I don't think for me it's with BABA because of that really low volume. But she called it out and she's right so far. I mean, it's having a nice little morning here. So good on you, Melanie.
Yes, Bob is pushing nicely today. Let's go. 5 minute clearance. Yeah, it did a beautiful 5 minute break. Because look at this right here. You kind of got the push, the pullback, and then this confirmation candle there. That's pretty nice. Usually that's a strong signal. Some people call this a bearish sandwich, meaning that the bulls are eating the bears and it's going to go long, and then vice versa. I've seen that name online before. So you're
My
kind
problem
of
with
seeing
BABA
that
is
there.
I need about $1 move out of BABA to make it worth my while. So I'd really need to trade it from about that 151 break, a little higher than that, up to around 152. That's not going to be an easy
Yeah, it's not going to be an
move.
easy
It could do
target.
it,
Yep.
but it's a lot, and that's kind of what I would look for in a stock that price. So some stocks just achieve those distances easier. We all
Yep.
know some are more volatile than others, and Bob is a tough one. It's coming back down here. The market just put in a rough red candle on the SPY and the Qs, and that kind of deflated all the longs here, I think.
Man, I haven't found anything I love, friends. Nothing on here. At least in the stuff I'm watching, I just have not seen anything. POTR did sell off pretty nice. Continue to sell off here as well. Which is okay. I expect this day to be just like this. A lot of watching, a lot of waiting. This is exactly what I expected. Oh. We'll see what else is in play this morning.
Tesla's now down to the low from must be Tuesday. Not a particularly big level, but that's where it's at. I don't know if it's trying to respect that or not. SPY is almost getting like a PDC bounce here. Maybe didn't quite get down there, but 8 cents away. PDC is previous day close for anyone who's new to that term. Question in the chat from Himu. Yeah, basically, I think it's true. Yes, I think trading a break of low a day, you can basically take my trade book for high a day, flip it upside down, and you could trade low a day breaks. I don't see any reason you can't. I haven't really traded those in 6 years. Like it was the beginning of 2020 when I would trade both, and over time I gravitated toward the high a day breaks for a couple reasons. and I kind of left the low day breaks behind. But I think there's definitely something there. Like anything else, you want to work it out over time, take some sim trades on it, then maybe if it seems to be working, take some small risk trades and journal everything that's happening and see if you can piece together what makes a good low day break.
Oh man, oh man. All right.
God,
So yeah,
Nvidia.
so people are asking nothing from me, man. Nothing from me yet. So no trades. We're not getting anything. John took a try on Nvidia high of the day. Look, coming back up. Speaking of Nvidia, Nvidia wants no part of what
Yeah,
the
it is.
SPY is doing. Nvidia wants to do its own thing. Looks like on this sell off, it really didn't sell off as much. So that's a good sign that it wants to be
I don't
strong. And if it
I don't
comes
think
back,
so
if
because these last two
yeah,
1 minute candles though, look on the spine, the cues. They're both putting in white candle or green candles at the moment, whatever you've set up for. But that's exactly
yeah,
where Nvidia started the bounce. I think it's watch it tick for tick. Like look at the shape of the current candle in the spy. It's got that upper wick.
yeah. But I
Like
think
Nvidia,
it's definitely following the SPY. But if you look at the SPY drop, this would have been a lot more, right? Like it's still staying somewhat strong compared to the
right.
way the SPY is moving,
Yeah,
you know.
I definitely agree with
But
that, and that's a good thing to look for because as the
yeah,
spy's clearly dropping and looking bad, by the way, the spy was like really going from its high
mm-hmm,
all the way down to like the open at PDC. You're right. Nvidia only gave up 50 cents, which isn't really a lot.
yeah.
So
So that's
if
good.
the spy
Yeah,
starts to turn around with some strength, Nvidia might say, "All right, I wanted to go anyway," and now I've
yeah,
got the
yeah.
market behind me as well.
Let's see. So some more pressure from the market here. Yes, selling off some more. Um, Tesla gave it up a long time ago. MU sliding. I just don't see any of my possible strategies here because everything is below the VWAP. Nothing's near the VWAP for a breakout. We're out of the 5 minute ORBs already. I mean, there's just nothing setting up for me here. Maybe Nvidia. We'll see. Nvidia's coming to the VWAP. Let's see if it loses it there and if it does something interesting for us. Apple. Someone mentioned Apple. What we got here? Apple at the VWAP. Very light volume at the moment. Extremely light volume for Apple right now. So you got breakout, the retest. This could be this, and you got the previous day close. This could be a really nice risk reward short. If the SPY is going to continue to sell off because it's clearly doing whatever the SPY is doing here, right? So uh not sure. Is it enough for me to take a shot on it? I don't think so. I don't think it is enough. But the risk rewards will be great on this thing. Um, Given that previous day close, possible target there. And when I'm looking at to Nvidia, like if you look at Nvidia's Atlas, it's so bullish, right? Like I know the market is just pushing it around, doing whatever it wants with it, but the level two right now is so bullish on Atlas. So it's the next couple of minutes is gonna be interesting. If it can hold here and continue to maintain this area around 192, could be interesting. Let's see. Let's see how it continues here. POTR, Amazon, MU. Let's see. AMCI. What do we have? Oh, that's the low flow we spoke about earlier. AMCI. Ooh, very nice. Careful, guys. Low flow stock looks like it wants to run, getting some good volume. But again, just be careful. I have lost my share of dollars on these low flow stocks at the beginning.
Melanie's Baba is ripping here. She's got it almost up to 152. So that dollar move did exist.
Very
There it is.
nice. Look at that, man. Baba
The
on the
problem is
move.
I can see where I would have got stopped out on Baba. Like I could have taken it, it would have stopped me out at break even, and then it would have made its move. So it's a classic retester. Like it broke the high a day and it retested quite a bit of like one, two, three, four candles in a row. That'd be very hard to hold through all that. But yeah, but she's looking at it in a different way. And she's looking at the daily chart and more of a probably a higher time frame analysis of what Baba was looking to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's looking nice.
Boom.
My trade is hard. Melanie, I think my trade's the easy one. I think your trade's the hard one, but isn't that day trading for you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing though.
Right.
Like Melanie sees something in Baba today, so she's telling me like, yeah, longer to shorter. That's how I roll. I don't know what that means, um, but yeah. So I mean, a trader will often see something. They'll see a long or a short or something, and they'll tell you, and you're like, I don't see it the way I want to see it, and then it does work out for that person. But you can't. Don't beat yourself up for what other people see or how they see it. I'm telling you, you have to come here every day with your plan and what you want to do and trust in the process you're developing. And you know, there's going to be winners and losers.
Yeah. Yep. Friends, if you haven't done so already, we definitely need your help today. It's a slower day. 163 likes on the channel right now. Is 797 people watching. So less people on stream today than normal. And again, it's Friday, right? So it's a Friday after a holiday. It's expected, but we'd love to at least hit 300. 163. We'd love to get up to 300. We might not hit 400 today. Might be a stretch, given the lack of viewers for right reasons, right? People are enjoying the holidays. Nothing wrong with that. Just leaves us here to carry the load. So thank you guys, appreciate it. Look at that, 217 already. You guys are awesome, crushing those numbers. So thank you, appreciate that. Plus, we have a guest. We have John. We don't want John feeling bad, thinking that you guys don't like John because you didn't hit the like button. That's not nice, guys. Let's be nice. Let's
I
be
was gonna
nice to
say
John.
like Peter,
We
Peter's
want
job is
John to
very
come
very
back.
secure. I'm always on the verge of being fired, so you guys got to give me some likes here so Andrew won't throw me to the curb.
uh, oh no, it's all good, man. Hi from India. Welcome. Fun with Rohan 52. Good to have you. As we are still searching for my first trade here in. Okay, here's Nvidia at the VWAP. So it is falling apart. For some reason I see Nvidia as strong. You are getting more bids now towards the bottom here on Atlas. So you are getting more orders towards the downside. It does look a little more balanced out now, I do have to say. Does look a little more balanced. So it just becomes tougher. And that could be because we're getting at the V up right now. So now you got orders both up and down. But very hard to tell where the imbalance is here now. So that's becoming really, really tough at the moment. So we'll have to see how this ends. But there it is, cracking through the VWAP. I might take a shot at this one if we get our strategy, our setup here. I might take a stab at it. Let's see.
I don't think I mentioned it. I did take a second trade on Nvidia. That didn't work either. So I kept my losses a bit small on each loss, but together they total kind of like the max loss of a single trade. So that's where I'm sitting right now.
Okay,
Not
gotcha.
terrible, but it's definitely not a day I want to feel like piling into a max loss day amount. So
Right, right. Yeah,
um,
and then also on a day like today, knowing that, the pickings are slim today, right? And
yeah.
the trading is a little bit weird, so you don't want to push on a day like today.
Luckily, there's
Um,
nothing there. Like this is one of the benefits of, well, if you're really going to stick to what you came here to do today, there ain't nothing at the high of day. So I mean, it's really easy not to trade.
right, right.
Well, it gets easier over time, I should say. If you're kind of new to trading and you're trying to stick to a strategy, it's not always easy. But having done this for years, I could care less. If nothing goes to its high of day, it's actually just sort of a benefit to me. Take it easy.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go watch another Christmas movie or something, to be honest, Carlos.
Oh yeah, my son is waiting for me to hop off and continue the Lego that we started. We got these two NASCARs that he wants to build. He loves cars and Legos, man. And that's so a Lego of cars is like his ultimate right there.
Those are neat kits. Yeah, they got the F1 cars now I saw at
Yeah,
Costco. Those are
man.
really cool.
We got tons of stuff. I love the
We
team build. I don't know if you ever done the team build app. So it's like I'll start building something. We both have our phones, right? he'll have a phone. I have, I give him the tab, I give him my phone, and then he'll tell you build this, and then pass it over to him, and he'll pass it over to me. Like it's very well coordinated. So we can build something together
Huh.
simultaneously. Instead of watching one book, I'm looking at my screen, he's looking at his screen. He got his step, I got my step, and then I'll build something, and then I'll pass it over to him. He'll attach it, and then he'll. It's just so fun, man. Like
That's
I never seen
that's
something so
very
well
cool. Huh?
coordinated. Oh yeah, it's so dope. Um, so looking forward to that. Which days are you close next week? Today I missed the first 5 minutes, which I regret. So we're close only the market schedule, right? We're here. We'll follow the market schedule. I think next week it's a full week. I don't think there's anything. Let me just confirm. Oh no, we got New Year's
Yeah, it should
next
be a
week. All
full
right.
week.
No, we got
Oh,
New
wait, do
Year's.
we? No.
Yeah, New Year's. Yeah.
Oh, we do. Jeez, yeah. How
Yeah,
did
we
I
do. We
miss
do.
that? That's right in the middle of the week.
Yep.
Ugh.
So,
Yeah, so is it a half day on the
what is
31st,
that? Let's
Carlos?
look it up. Let's look it up. New York Stock
I'm
Exchange
I'm pretty
schedule.
sure it's a half day on the 31st. Thursday will be a no trading day, and Friday will be a full day.
Here, what do we have? So, 2025. All right. So, oh, where's New Year's? I guess I gotta look at 2026. Okay, there it is. So, Thursday we are closed, and that's it for the first. So we're back on Friday. Right, we're on Friday, and is there a half day on the
Yeah,
31st?
scroll down to the fine print. If you scroll down, there's like little fine print down there at the bottom, Carlos.
Okay, here we
The
are. We
last,
go.
probably the last paragraph down there says what the half days are for New Year's.
So I don't see New Year's half day here, brother.
Really?
No, I don't. I see Christmas. I see Thursday. We're off. I don't see 2027. Really, we're talking about that already. I don't see New Year's here, man. It looks like it's a
Maybe
regular trading day.
maybe it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's always been that way. Maybe I'm imagining that there was ever a half day before
No,
New
I
Year's.
thought we had a half day for it. It would have been here though. It would have been listed here with like a double dots or something. I don't see that at all.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're on.
All right, rock and roll.
Next year, holidays fall in a very nice place. A lot of the holidays fall on Saturday, so we're probably off on Friday. But a lot of holidays fall on Saturdays, so that's pretty cool. All right. Really, how can we forget New Year's? Man, listen, after Christmas, that's it. Who cares? New Year's, another year, no big deal. Christmas is my favorite holiday. Christmas done, that's it. Doesn't matter until
I was
into the next big one.
just typing the fill. I'm like, it's because I'm old and I really don't care about New Year's anymore.
Yeah, New Year's. That's it. I'm sometimes even fall asleep before the ball drops. Like because I try to keep my kids up, but they're too small. They're not staying up, man. They 11 o'clock. They're like zombies already, right? So they fall asleep, and I just go with them. So we'll see. I'm not partying big like I used to anymore. So, but yeah, New Year's we're off on that Thursday, then regular days. So almost a full week besides that one day.
How old were
Yep.
you when the millennium switched over, Carlos? Were you of party age at that point?
Yes, I was still partying. I was partying, just barely drinking, man. But you know, it was nice. I had fun. I had a lot of fun. Nvidia mute. But yeah, man. Yeah, we had our times. Um, I was in NYC for the 2000 drop. Really? You were not hiding in a cave thinking that all the computers were going to shut down and you had to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwich and tuna for 3 months while the people figured out how to turn the computers back on? Y2K? Oh, man.
That was a
That was
bold
the.
move going down to Times Square on with Y2K looming over your head.
Yeah, right? He wasn't concerned. I remember my parents being really concerned about this. So you think it's gonna happen like that? Our compact computer, I think we had a compact or HP. Our compact computer already has the calendar for next year. If you go in there, it already has the calendar for next year. we'll be fine. Like some people are really concerned about this thing. It's hilarious. All right, Nvidia retesting the VWAP on the way back down here. So I'm looking at that. You got Apple. Let me add Apple to my list here. Apple at VWAP. Okay, on the way up. Okay, interesting. Nvidia on the way down.
Very precise hold on the SPY of the pre-market low, and it's actually where the Qs held as well. So we have one of these days where the Qs and the SPY, if you pull up a chart of each one, they look pretty much exactly the same, but not only shape-wise, but they're hitting levels at the same time too. So they're both at PDC right now. They both did a low a day around the pre-market low. So like it's kind of like double correlation. Like not only are the Qs and the SPY looking very similar, but they're hitting the same levels at the same time. Not that that means anything, but it makes it a little easier for me because sometimes I might think I'm going to take a high day break trade and everything I like about it looks good, but the SPY's hitting PDC at the exact same time. That'll coax me out of a trade sometimes because if the market's going to probably reject at its previous day close, it's probably going to kill my long on the high day break. So on a day like today, let's say I was taking a high day break and the SPY was hitting PDC. Well, the Qs might be doing it at the exact same time, which makes it like kind of doubly problematic, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see that candle on target. It looks like some volume spiked in and pushed this thing higher. Now I don't know. See, it went from being complete dead to just getting some action. I didn't see the actual price action, so I don't know if this was something where the price actually went up or some transactions being recorded and the wick just appeared because we've seen both, right? If some transactions are being recorded and the spike just shows up, the price didn't really move up and down the way a normal price would happen. So I don't know how this one took place because it's not, $3 is not really crazy for it to actually do that. Now, if this thing would have been like $25, okay, I'll tell you, yeah, that's not really a price action move like that. You don't usually see that. But I don't know how this one was created. $3 is enough that it can actually have moved up and come back down because it's not something that's not believable. And I see something change because after this, look at the volume we're getting, right? We're actually trading much better. So definitely something happened where the stock has become alive or something. So
That's a question from you, Sam. I'm about to hit my max loss for the day. You think you're one or two trades away? Should I stop or keep going? Look, knowing that you have a max loss, that's a great thing. And if that max loss is it's truly an okay number for you, it's within the realm of risk control, proper risk control. I don't think there's anything wrong with taking a couple more trades if they meet your criteria. Just don't go for anything. Don't I'm not saying you are, but just don't get desperate here for a play and just remember what you came here to do today. There's some kind of setup that you're working on or you're good at. Then wait for that to show up, and if it doesn't, it doesn't, and then keep your loss at whatever it was today. And if they truly set up the way you like, then I think as long as you haven't hit what you consider your max loss, you could give it another shot. But don't go beyond that. Have these
yeah,
max loss amounts for a reason, or max gain, or whatever it is, daily goal. Have set these things and abide by them so you can understand how they work for you over time.
yeah, yeah. Um, Apple was potentially trying to do a VWAP breakout here, but it's failing a little bit now. Man, I regret not taking AMD here, but it's just, geez, look at it go.
There's that SPY and Q's rejection of PDC, by the way. So now they're both coming down there a little lower day at the same time. So the
Mm-hmm.
SPY's back to the pre-market low. So this is a potential double bottom setup. Maybe it's coming in kind of hot though. Feels like we're going lower. Why did the market even have to be open today, Carlos?
I know, right? It's teasing me. Like, I want to take a trade, but I'm not getting what I love. So it's kind of like I'm here now. I want to trade. It's a very weird situation. Like I'm putting myself behind the eight ball on days like this. So just gotta be careful. Yeah, there was. So here's what was hesitant for me on the Nvidia short. Right, here's your breakthrough candles. Here's the pullback. At this point, we pull back too far above the VWAP for the short, so I'm a little more cautious. But if you think about when my entry will be for my play, it will have to be here, right? Now look how far out we are from the VWAP, right? To me, that's not a good risk reward, right? So if we would have had a more decent breakout here, pull back here, and then here we kind of get the confirmation candle, that's more decent, right? But look when we engulf the pullback candles. It's just we just did it a few ago. So do I really want to go short there? That to me it just seemed like too far out. If I would have went short anywhere in here, yes, it would have worked, but this is really not my strategy now. So that's the problem. I really try to trade only my strategy. Although this was a great short and I probably could have taken a gut feel type trade. Today is not the gut feel type trade day, so that's the thing too. Like today's not a day where I'm gonna be trading a little loosey goosey because just things are not gonna do as well. So my entry would have been here off my strategy, which again determines I'm too far from VWAP. The risk reward is not great, and we probably would have had one partial here at 1R, and let's see if it really even works out. Like it's about to come back. So one partial here, and then stop by break even. That's more on the losing side of that trade, unless you were in over here. So again, it's a weird setup. But I thought about it. I did look at it and I thought about it. So didn't pull the trigger for that reason. Tesla just sliding lower, man. Holding on to this 9 moving average and not looking back, just not really breaking from that.
Yeah, it's getting crushed. Tesla could have a very bad day here.
Yeah, it's down 1.2 right now. Was started off good and just giving some back, and now the SPYs and the Qs are not helping its cost at all because both of these are sliding lower. They're testing their low of the day here. Qs already below the previous day close. SPY as well. So let's see if they can hold this. MU giving up. Apple, we were looking for this would have been a really beautiful breakout off the VWAP. It was coming up really nice. One of you guys called it out and I tuned into it. It looked really nice. Candles were great. This would have been nice, but again, I think the SPY's having its will on it right now too. So you're seeing that drop there. POTR. Yeah, everything is just struggling right now. 10:15 already? No, my time is running out. My time is running out. By now, I would have some trades. But my time is running out.
Do you stop at 10:15, Carlos?
No, I usually between 10:30, 11. After 11, I don't take any trades. So I still got some time, but I just don't. In another 15 minutes, I don't see anything setting up for a VWAP breakout.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening in 15 minutes. And then after 11 is it's just not setting up good. So and after 11, hard rule, I just don't take it. I always give the money back. I never, not never, but if I look at my interactive brokers, you dump the data into a spreadsheet or whatever, and I done it before playing times where I look at everything after 11, I give money back. Yeah. I give money back. So I just decided, and I decided that a long time ago. I decided that when I was still not profitable. I was like, I'm just gonna stop trading, right? Because a little bit that I made was always in the morning. It was never in the afternoon. So I'm like, okay, if I'm not making anything in the afternoon, just stop doing that at least. And that rule just stuck. And like I always tell people, that rule's been on for me for a long time. I'm sure if I now, with the experience I have after many years, if I go and start looking for opportunities, I could possibly be a better trader. Similar to Peter, right? Peter did not trade the morning as heavily as he does now. But after years of watching the market and getting screen time, he comes in the open now and he's able to find opportunities and actually develop a few trades. But he already had to build the experience on trading all day, right? So I feel like, after some years, you can go back and try something new. It's okay to do that. I just haven't really had the willingness to actually do it. So Gotta try it.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna set alerts on everything. There's no reason not to. So that's gonna be my next task here, which is easy to do in DOS. I'm just using this hotkey here to set a bunch of alerts, ski poos, and see if anything goes off later. But and same with you,
Nice.
Carlos. I mean, it's just a lower probability time of day, even if these things do eventually crawl back to some higher
Right.
days. If it gets into the afternoon, it's usually just not worth trying anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I would look like I don't just complete shut down and just disappear. Like I do start looking at longer term stuff. I'm not a big swing trader, but I'll start looking at things like, okay, this seems like it could be a good swing trade, right? I'll manage some of my swing trades. I don't have many. I have like two going right now, so I'll do some of that. But I still watch the market. I'm just not actively looking for day trades. Um, it took a while to get to that point because man, I'll sit here and I will. Oh, this looks good. Boom, take a trade. It's so easy to hit
Yeah,
the
yeah.
button, man. Oh, it's so easy to hit the button when you're sitting here. So, hey, good to see you, Nav. Good to see you, my friend, in chat. AMD at VWAP now. Um, AMD. Let's take a look. I'm looking at Nvidia, man. I think Nvidia could be good. AMD, yes, right on there. I think Nvidia, if it can get the momentum up again, I think it's one that can be strong back towards that 192. But we'll have to see. Amazon was a good man. Amazon's still good. Actually broke out here, but it's in a tough area, light volume. What is your average profit goal slash per day? Depends, man. The way I trade, I take partials very heavily. So within two trades, I'm very happy if they both are green, right? So as far as money itself, doesn't really matter. But two trades, I'm actually pretty good with two trades, right? And again, I stopped looking at things per day. I look at least a week, at least a week, right? I think you have to look at it that way. So don't worry about per day. Look at a week, look at a month, because it helps you not worry about every single trade, right? That was a big problem for me. Pushing every day to be green, pushing every trade to be green. Don't worry about it. Look at the bigger picture, right? So, and as long as your month comes out to a good number where you can, make this worth your while, then you continue to grow from there. Okay, but there's some days where I make peanuts, man. There's some days where I make $50, and I'm happy because maybe the trading day that's all that it gave me, right? It's $50 more towards the goal of the month, right? So, I don't like to get too hung up on goals for the day, and I actually don't have a goal for the day because I don't know what the market's gonna give me. I just want to trade well, man, and push as much as I can. That's really my my
Yeah,
my thing.
James asked a similar question up above in the chat, asking if we have targets for the day, like P&L
Oh, I
targets
missed
or
that.
price
Sorry.
targets. That's the same kind of question, but
Oh,
I was, it's kind of little, it's hard to answer. Like Carlos, I don't have a goal, but I'll tell you, having come here for years, trading the same damn setup year after year, and basically trading the same stocks too, where I always know how many shares I'm going to take. Like I'm going to take 200 shares of Tesla, I'm going to take 100 shares of Meta, or I'm going to take 400 shares of maybe OKLO or something. When I keep doing the same thing every morning, day after day after day after day after day after day after day, you get a good feel for like if I have this much money by this time of day on this kind of day, it's a good time to start. It's probably about as good as it's going to get. Or
yeah.
conversely, I know what I've lost today and I know what the day looks like. And to be honest, I can look at the money I've lost today, look at what the market looks like, and tell myself that's actually not a terrible outcome. That, this has really not turned out to be the kind of day I like. I took a couple shots, I took a couple dings, but I'm not really hurting that bad or anything. It's just going to be, if it remains like this, it'll be a red day. And I'll go off and watch a Christmas movie. Like I said, it's just going to
Yeah.
but in the long term, it'll be fine. Everything's been controlled today. But I kind of know on most days, like when I'm sitting at 10:30, 11, when I'm like, this is the amount of money made or lost. This is what the market looked like. I kind of know when to quit. But it's hard to have
Yeah.
a fixed dollar amount. Like
Yeah,
for
I don't have
various
a fixed
reasons. It's
dollar
hard to do
amount.
that.
I do have a fixed dollar amount as far as loss. Like I don't want to go over this amount because I know if
Right,
I
right,
do, then I cannot make that back in 1 or 2 days. Right? So I think that's important. Like, okay, I know I cannot lose more than this. If I lose more than this, then it's gonna take me a week to make this back. And you don't want
right,
to do
right,
that. Put yourself in that situation. Um so plan for that. Let's say for just for easy math, if your max loss is let's say a hundred bucks, right? You don't want to lose 300. You don't want to lose 400 because $100 you can make the next day. You can make in a couple of trades, right? But if you lose 300 and your average day is 150, that's no good. You're putting yourself behind the eight ball. So always manage yourself. Like okay, I don't want to lose enough that I cannot make it back in a couple of trades, right? That's important.
right. Yeah, and that's the kind of math and sort of calculus you can do in your head when you're used to trading one particular way. Trust me, as the time goes on here, we get to 10:30, 11. If I'm still down when I'm down, and it just becomes a probability I can kind of picture in my head that like I'm kind of unlikely to make up this money. Like it's possible,
Yeah.
but it's just probably more likely I'll dig the hole a bit further or frustrate myself. Um, so yeah, a lot of this. I hate to say this is the answer all the time, but there's so much of this comes down to screen time and coming here every day and trying to
Mm,
do the right thing and stick to the fundamental correct methods of trading and eventually the story will start to reveal itself to you. You'll kind of know what your good day looks like and what your bad day looks like and when to stop and when to keep going.
yeah. I'm gonna try a long Nvidia here, friends. So we got a nice VWAP breakout. It looks bullish. Stop is I'm gonna have a very tight stop, man. 191.10, so just below the VWAP. Um, but if this thing takes too long to get going, I'll get out even before that. Like if I don't see in the next 2 minutes this thing moving up to like that 191.50, I'm probably gonna bail on it, right? Because I want to see this move happen very very quickly. So let's see. Momentum is it's not great, but Atlas looks good. Tons of orders to the upside, like very close to the 191.50 and 191.60. So we got tons of stuff there. Definitely an imbalance to the upside. So let's see if we can get going. Um, if I get
I don't know if Melanie's
191.80,
still here, but her Baba
that'd
is
be great.
crushing it. Melanie's
Oh
Baba is up to
man,
153 now.
152.97, the high on Baba. Wow.
I was watching it break the what had a high of day of 152.20, and I was watching a push there, and I was like, oh, so help me if this thing breaks out again. But I'm telling you, like for setup wise, there's no way I can see this. Like the
Yeah.
punch doesn't look right. The volume comes in all at once. It's very hard to understand
It's
this is
tough.
going to
It's
happen.
tough trading Baba like that. Yeah.
But for whatever she saw on it, it's still crushing it. And now it's up nearly 2%. Who knows what Baba could do today here?
Yeah. But we see Melanie trade a lot here in the chat, and she trades like that. Like she loves Microsoft. Microsoft's another one that can move with like lighter volume. So she watches Microsoft a lot. So her style of trading for that type of stock is in line with the stuff that she's done before. So it works. Like everybody's strategy is different, right? And what you look for might not work for me, work for you. So it's awesome. All right, here it is. Nvidia did dip down, but then came back up. Right, just right. And this is why I never put it right at the VWAP, right? Just in case this crap happens. People, stock loves to do this. Drop back down and look at the push up higher. So always right below VWAP is where you want to have your stop. And let's see, we're getting some kind of slingshot move. I just don't know if we have the continuation power to get going. This candle is going to close in a couple of seconds. Let's see if we can get, and I'll be happy with 191.80. Now I got this level up here. I'll be really happy with that if we can get it. Let's see, we're trying. Is the SPY helping us? Nope.
It's
SPY
just
is
stuck at the
not
previous day
helping
close.
us. It's not really pushing us over the line here. All right, let's see. We still got plenty of order source to the top side. Struggling. My first trade of the day. Let's see if we can hold here. Instant trader, thank you. And I'm not always as calm. But I came in with the mindset today that this is not gonna be you know, shoot everything that's moving type day, right? So we came in with the mindset today is gonna be different. And for the most part it has been. Like I looked at all the stocks we've been watching. I have not gotten signals to take a trade on a lot of the stuff that's been taking play here. All right, let's see. 191.80 would be awesome, friends. I'll take a partial there.
Tesla's at the low from Wednesday, which is a
Oh my
significant level because it
goodness.
breaks down through
Wow.
this. Now it's beyond Wednesday's range, so maybe some
This
support here, but it
is
just looks rough, man. It's just easy. It's
wow.
so much easier to get sellers than it is to get buyers on Tesla when it doesn't
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
little catalyst behind it or something. It's just ugh.
That is brutal, man. All right, let's see here. 191.80 and above. Struggling here. Not struggling, but Nvidia is just kind of trying to push, trying to climb. We're getting close to a 1R. I don't calculate in partial like that, but I am aware of like, okay, here's 1R. Like if you want to take a partial, I'm aware of it, but try to go for levels opposed to, hey, take a partial here because you're now at 1R. Try to go for like actual levels. I got this 191.80 here. And I believe this was the pre-market high, maybe. What is this? Or was it a daily? What is this level? It's a daily level actually. Daily level right off of this here. So that's where we're, oh, no, down here. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, so daily level is what it is. Thought it was pre-market high.
Damn it.
Guess
Tesla or
not.
Nvidia is going to make me have to decide what to do here. I was hoping it wouldn't come back. I was honestly hoping nothing would come back to high a day, so I could just fade into the
Yeah.
distance for the rest of the day.
Oh,
I'll have to
Nvidia.
contend with
Yeah,
this one.
Nvidia's gonna give you. It's gonna give you your
Yeah.
alert. Is it giving you an alert already? It's coming close.
Not yet. Where do I have the alert set on Nvidia? 79, 191, 79.
Oh, okay. Right where I got my
Yep.
level. Look at that.
It's that little Pavlov dog bell's gonna go off my headphones and say, John, here's your
Take
savior.
the trade, John.
Take it, just do it. What could go wrong?
Join Carlos on his lawn.
It's not as fun knowing how low you're in. I'll be
Let's
joining
see.
where you're partially. It
Oh
makes me nervous.
man, I'll sell my shares to you. Let me know when you're gonna go in so I can sell them to you. All
Yeah, I
right,
think that's what's going to happen here.
it's trying. Atlas is still very bullish to the upside here in Nvidia. You could tell here. And actually, some of the numbers we had down here disappeared. This was packed. These guys are gone. All right, here we go, friends. We are going to
There's the alert on Nvidia.
take a partial here on Nvidia. 192 still heavy, still very heavy on 192 on the Atlas. All right, so you got your alert, John. So what will you be looking for here?
AMD alert just went off actually as well. That high a day is up near some tricky levels. I don't like AMD for that reason as much. I mean, I I'm looking for the punch, which we're kind of getting. I'm looking for volume, which we're not really getting. There's not standing out here. Um, I this may be very subtle and how this potentially breaks out. I'll just have to keep watching here. It's going to be a matter of like how it holds 192 when it gets above here. If it doesn't break clean and watch its behavior there and see if I might want to get in for a long. I'm watching it. No promises.
Gotcha. All right, I got a first partial in, and I'm just looking at this 192, man. I want to start digging into that a little bit more. I love getting the visual on Atlas like this. Like you see the digging in. That's pretty cool. So we kind of We didn't quite get to it, right close, but not quite to it. So let's see if we can get back up to start digging into these numbers. It'll be awesome.
Tesla's getting down to the below 476 here. It's really getting rough here.
What is going on?
Telling you, I think
Damn.
465. We mentioned that in the pre-market
Wow.
show. I think Tesla's going down there. It's going to go test those 460s, low
You did
460s
mention
probably.
that. Yeah. Yep.
Not maybe not today, but very likely. I mean, it's
The way it's
it would
going
have no
now, it
problem.
doesn't find any kind of
Yeah,
support. I mean, it's
there's
not even,
nothing. Yeah.
it's only 10:33. So we got, it's a full day of trading. We got plenty of time if it wants to go that route. Nice. Time to relax and focus. Good. Glad you got it on the Nvidia too. Let's see if we can get higher today, man. That's what we're looking for here. We got our first partial in. I will get another partial at 192. Like if we stutter step there and we don't really break out towards the high, 192.30, I'll take some more off because it's taking a little bit longer than I would like. But it always does that when I'm in a trade long. It always takes longer than I would like, and unless it shoots up right away, because you always want things to go fast. But let's see.
I like the initial rejection there of 190, 196, right below 182. That's good because it would have
Mm-hmm.
made this very difficult to decide what to do if it had broke through 192 and went for the actual high of day. But
Right, right.
this resistance is good. I actually would love to see a pullback to 190, 150 and then run and then break one more time. Just a bit of more clear pullback would be nice.
Yeah, we do have still the demand up there on
What's your
Atlas.
break
So
even, Carlos? You're weighing low, right?
yeah, I'm 191.35, man.
Nice.
I'm down here. Let's see if we can get
Push. Watching the SPY 1 minute.
yeah.
SPY's right at yesterday's high. Looking to break
SPY
out,
pushing
hopefully.
up. I don't have SPY up today for some reason.
Just barely. Just a tick.
All right, here we go, guys. Look at Atlas go, friends. Look at that. Let's go 192. I like to see that orders drop. You see these orders drop. Oh, nice. Come on, keep breaking through. Don't pull back. There it is. Now you got the slingshot going. 192. I'm gonna be patient. That's
All
all I'm
right.
gonna
I'm in
do.
at 190, 197, but I'm gonna be very
Nice, nice.
spaggy here to probably get out of break even. So don't be disappointed
Let's
if I
see.
bail
Let's
here
see.
quick. No, excuse me.
Hold Nvidia. Push higher. You know you want the high of the day. Come on, 192.30.
Get back above 192. We got to get that bid above 192 again. Ugh.
It's battling. It's still okay though. Still okay.
AMD is legit pushing its high of day now.
You Nvidia. Keep going.
This is very hard
These
to
are
read. I don't like this at all.
yeah, it's hard to read. These are good pullbacks as they're being bought right back up, so that's good. But we want this candle to end green. We want to. There it is. Come on,
Go,
push higher.
NVIDIA. Go,
The bids
go,
are
go,
coming in.
go, 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 go.
The ask are there. Excuse me. The ask are nicely up there. 192.10.
I'm
No,
getting
no,
out.
no, no.
Just do
Yeah,
not
that's a
like they
good
will not pull
call.
the bid of 192. I don't like
That's
it.
a
I
good
don't like it.
call. Yeah, yeah. It's tough to read
I
right
wanted
now.
to take
Like,
a look at AMD.
yeah. Let's see.
That was a long minute. I was in that trade for about a minute and 20 seconds, and that felt like a very long time.
Yeah.
I only have a 50-cent full stop, and that's to get to a max loss. And if I got to that, it would make this day pretty much a max loss day. So
Yeah, you know,
um,
you played it well. Played it well. Give yourself
I
enough
just,
bullets for something else.
yeah,
I like it. I
still in the
like it. I
day.
like it.
There goes AMD. If AMD breaks clean, I'm going to be very sad. This is really going to be, this whole day is going to be taunting me at this point.
I like the way this candle is not holding here. We got 30
It,
seconds to close green. If you close green, that's a good thing. Like I want to see that move up. buyers take control here.
When Nvidia does break out, if it does, there could be something very nice up above here, but it's a matter of not getting eaten up too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the tricky thing in day trading. It's like controlling your
Yeah.
losses to get the winner eventually that then has to make up for the little losses you took and then eventually make you money. And that's where I'm sitting
Right.
at right now.
Okay.
Is this the move? Is this it?
Are we doing it here?
Do it for Carlos. Don't do it for me, Nvidia. You've already sliced me up enough.
Yeah, it's 182. Seems like it's gonna be a problem. Come on, get up there.
Come on. It's unreadable.
Yeah, it's tough. We had like such a great momentum. Small pullback, push up, and then out here we're just getting into a very tight battle. We did dig into that 192, but we're really struggling to get back up there again and push through. So, but the asks are there. Level 2 is showing us, hey, we're still very much so bullish on this thing.
The bid just hit 192 for real, 192.03. So we got the bidders up above 182. That's a
yeah.
it's
I'm
good for the
gonna take a
bulls.
partial right here. I'm gonna take a partial because if we just to protect myself, if we don't push through this, I suspect we're gonna go even lower than this 191.63. Like if we don't push on this one here, I think it's gonna be a done deal.
I think it's a very smart place to take a partial. And
Oh
and
yeah,
if it
yeah.
does break out, Carlos, it may make you feel like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, but I would not go back on
It,
the idea that that was a
oh
good idea because there's just so much resistance here.
yeah. But it's really struggling. Like every time it gets to 192, you can see the battle just happening. So, um, I would hate to come back to 191.60 with all these shares. Like take some off, and even if it breaks, who cares? At least you got to play defense. I think on stocks sometimes, and that's what I'm doing here. Um, Apple near VWAP
At
is
this
being
point,
called
I
out.
personally,
Mm-hmm.
oh
Go
yeah,
ahead.
no, I was going to say on Nvidia, I got to see the bid up above 191.08 or 09 or 10 or something like that. Like I can't play this 192 level anymore. I've been
No,
trying. This is the
it's
third time I tried 192.
yeah,
It's just not happening. So I got to see like the buyers relent some more, which sucks because it means I have to enter higher. Of course, for a long trade, I'd love to enter as low as I can, but it's just not the way it works with these breakouts. So I got to see now
yep.
the bidders I got to see the bidders capitulate, and that I think that's going to be when they start to put their bids up around 191.10 or higher.
Agree, my friend. Glad I took that partial. I think this move is done, man. I think it's just not going to uh get up there before it starts retesting the VWAP. Is my thought. So I'm getting ready to get out on the move completely if we continue to show weakness here. So right now, still Atlas still very bullish at the moment. It's just the hard time we're having on this 192 area is real. So let's see. Let's see if we can keep holding on to the 9. But if we start losing the 9 here, I'm probably gonna bail on it because I could at least get a green trade in. We'll walk away with our money here.
Big problem here, I really believe, is the SPY and the Qs are basically trying to get away from yesterday's high, not yesterday, but Wednesday's high.
Yep.
And it's going to be tough because there's not a lot of interest in volume in here today, and
Mm-hmm.
it may just be hard to move above that level. Although they've both done it today.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think if it was not for the Qs and the SPY selling off, I think Nvidia would have had a great day. I think Nvidia would have kept pushing higher, man. It started off so strong today, but again, like when you called it, it's falling into the wheel of the market, and it did just that. So it's not helping the cause at the moment. Tesla long, I don't know, man. That's a tough play. I suck at reversals. I'll tell you that right now. but this thing is just highway to hell. Yes, you are getting some kind of ending volume type movement here, but until we start seeing like a very solid double bottom, firm support, I'll be cautious. But again, we've seen it so many times where this thing could just V reversal and just take off to VWAP. Like, you know, what's your strategy? You got to have the strategy set for this one. But me personally, I think I wouldn't take it long.
It'd be nice to
So,
see at least one 5 minute candle on Tesla print green,
mm,
and not that that's I don't have a strategy built on that idea, but man, it's just been getting clobbered.
yeah, it's look at this 5 minute. It's just
It's rough,
not
yeah.
good, man. Not good, not
Although
good. Let's see.
this could
This
be
could be it. This could be the 5 minute candle that changes things
could be an
around.
engulfing candle here if this closes a little
Yeah,
higher. It's got to go another 90 seconds, but it could be interesting.
yeah. Right, watching Nvidia under the
All right,
screen,
Nvidia.
seeing what's going on there. It's back at that 194, 191.94. Let's see if we can break through.
You know what's screaming a warning sign to me? And I have to remember these things when I trade. I've taken 3 trades on Nvidia. None of them have got high enough for me to slap my stop break even. So I'm not getting any pops. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
uh,
yeah, yeah,
and that's something that we'll look out for because it's at least it says on Nvidia like when it tries to break out, there's no explosive like momentum or anything that would even like then break down. It breaks down from the level I'm trying to trade. So it's been 3 trades without moving my stop to break even, and that's pretty rough. All right, here's
yeah,
something.
yeah. All right, Nvidia hitting
Is this real,
192.
Nvidia? Is this real?
I don't know, man. I'm hoping. I'm
All
hoping
right,
everything starts turning around. Let's see here.
trying it. I'm trying it again. The bid didn't come up quite as high as I was saying I wanted it to do. Ah, and I'm suckered again.
All right, 15 seconds for this 5 minute candle on Tesla to close and see what it does here. I'm still watching my Nvidia here, hoping since I took a partial, I could be a little more patient, wait for the high of the day because I took a partial recently there, just below 192. So I could be a little bit more patient, waiting on that one. And here, all right, 5 minute candle closes. What is this going to do? Are we engulfing and heading the other way? One of the highest volume
I shouldn't
candles.
have
Just
traded against.
how what
Yep,
happened?
it's not doing it. So it's
Oh,
I,
Nvidia.
I shouldn't have
Ah,
traded against the SPY. I should have been more cautious at this time of day.
yeah, yeah.
Dude,
Um,
I quit. I quit. This has been the worst. No, I've had worse days than this, but this is
yeah,
just
yeah,
stupid
yeah,
at
but
this
this is
point.
bad.
This is
See, I'm
I've
probably gonna
done
get out
enough.
of it.
I've done
I'm
enough.
probably gonna get out of Nvidia, man. If we keep banging our head against this, we're gonna come tumbling down big time. I think we're just gonna flush
You
down. And I'm up like
you know what I'm
60
going to do for the
cents
rest of the
now.
day, Carlos?
What are you gonna do? Go
I'm
watch
going to watch
movies?
Tesla and pray for it to go back up, and might watch some movies, maybe cheer on the larger market and my bigger investments. But
There you
I
go.
gotta
That's it.
gotta handcuff it. Gotta.
I'm gonna get out, guys. I'm gonna get out. Not a bad day. One trade, couple of bucks. I'm out. I'm out because I think it's just gonna come back down. It's gonna play too many games. I think so. I'm out of it. I don't want to risk what I have to end the day green here with this trade. So I'm out of Nvidia. Um, I think we're just gonna keep struggling getting above this 192, and I think that if we continue to do that, we're gonna flush down, and then I'm gonna end up getting out like at 191.30, which is pretty much where my entry is. So I'd rather make some money and get out of it and not risk that. Okay, look at a Tesla here, man. So Tesla is actually putting a 5 minute
I will throw something
engulfing.
out to you, Carlos.
Yeah.
If you get to 191.30, personally, I'd hold because 192 is where all the struggle
Mm-hmm.
is. It's not really 192.30. Like it
Yeah.
happened there, but there's not a lot of history there. I don't think it's a big deal. Honestly, if this thing really
Yeah.
starts to peel away from 192 and get up to 192.30 again, I think you got more. That's just a
Yeah.
guess.
No,
I
but
don't think
I'm
it's
out of
gonna.
it now. I'm out of it,
Oh,
man.
you are.
I'm out. Yeah, I
Okay.
got out of it. I hate
So
the way it's battling here, man. I just think I think this is the best I'm gonna get in this area here. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get out of it. I think it's coming back down. I'm with you. I think this thing is struggling, and you're not. you're not just getting that slingshot move, man. Like you have everything, you have the ask up there and everything, but you're struggling so much. Yeah, I think you're coming back down. Um,
The last
and
trade
again,
I took is very interesting because the
yeah,
last trade I took set up the way I wanted. It was of the four I
right,
took, that was the best setup. It was a nice punch. The volume did come in at 1044 and it just didn't carry. And when it won't
right,
carry like that, you
right.
don't get this like bullish pop. What you are probably stuck in is like a high volume reversal. And you have to admit that. You just got it.
Yeah,
I didn't want to eat another loss, but I was like, I'm this now it happens very quickly. In a matter of seconds, something goes from like this is a bullish setup to nope, this is actually a bearish setup, and
yeah,
that's what.
yeah. I'm seeing it like, man, listen, we look how many times we try to get above this. It's not happening. At least no time soon. I don't know. So I'm all out of it now. And it like you said, it might come down here, retest the VWAP, this from 191.30 or something, and it might come back up and try it again to break through it. But at this point, just take the win and and run with it. As we're seeing Tesla doing a V reversal on the 1 minute here and a nice 5 minute engulfing reversal as well, man. What a move. What a move.
Melanie's got an interesting comment there. Melanie's saying the 30 cent and 80 cent marks are always a spot. I totally agree with that, and I don't know why that
Hmm.
is, but 30
Yeah.
cents above a dollar level is often a trouble spot, especially for more expensive stocks, like stocks above $100 in price. There's something about that 30 cent above a dollar level. There's often a struggle there. And then and I would agree if there's a similar thing at the 80 cent level, perhaps, but I don't know if I feel it's as pronounced as the 30 cent level. But it's interesting because it's the half dollar levels where the buyers or the sellers set up, right? And you think, oh, there's high liquidity there. That's where the wall's going to be. But the half dollar level isn't nearly the wall as often as it is the 30 cent level. Crazy. But I'm telling you, you sit here year after year watching this stuff and you just start to like see the same thing over and over. It becomes undeniable.
Get this done. I'm gonna start it up right now. Give me a second. We're gonna do our giveaway funded account for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. I'm gonna do it exactly at 10:55. All right. So I'm gonna start it now. You can start doing hashtag BBT. Not yet. Let me start it. And for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members, if you win, we're gonna give you a funded account. So it's 3 months of the funded account. From Trading Terminal. So let's do that. There it is. All right, so it's set up. Look at it come in. There we go. Names are coming in. 11 entries, 13. And we'll do it at 10:55. So we give people an opportunity for those that want to join the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. You could do so. Head over to YouTube. Next to subscribe, you can click on join right on YouTube. Right, so it looks like click on join. You could you could become part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck family there. So, and we're doing this every day. We're giving one away every single day. Until Andrew tells me no more, but I have like 300 codes. He gave me like 300 codes to give out. So that's almost more than a year of trading. So
It's a lot.
it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't
A
think we
lot
even
of
have that
power.
many Lambos and Garbage Truck members. So I might as well just email me. I'll give you one. No, no, we can't do it like that. We gotta do it nice. We gotta do it the right way.
So you have $3 million in potential payouts in your power.
Wow, is
There you
that
go.
how much that spreadsheet is worth?
Well, I mean, if
Jeez.
everybody
Yeah,
maxed
that's
out
right.
at
If everybody maxed
10,000,
out. Yeah, that's
not likely
exciting.
to happen, but you never know.
Yeah. Guys, trade small. If you win this, you do have to have a membership with tradingterminal.com. Okay, so once you have your membership with tradingterminal.com, even if you don't have it, you can sign up and then you can use the code to check out, and it's gonna give you a free 90 days. It's gonna give you a free membership to the funded account, right? So, um, but yeah, Brian, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you, and we will in 3 more minutes we'll do this. We'll give one free away. We'll do one every day that we're live.
Yeah,
We'll
and
do one here.
it is a 90-day account. Try to stay alive as long as you can.
Yeah,
It's more fun. So like what happens
yeah,
is if you draw down $3,000, you can't get a payout. So you're going to start with 12,500 equity, which is $50,000 buying power with a 4-to-1 margin. But you'll start out with 12,500 equity. If you fall below 9,500, you can't get a payout. But as long as you stay above, you're still alive. And if you finish positive, then Andrew's going to send you, he's going to send you some PayPal for 78 cents or $780 or $7,800,
yeah.
whatever you can accomplish.
Like I would
But
even worry to try to like get the max. If
no,
I
no,
win
no, yeah.
something free, I'll trade small,
Free,
man. I'll try to
yeah.
get like 2,500 out of it. That's
Yeah.
reasonable. And this is what you do: take 2,500 and divide it into 3 months, right? Then divide, and see how little you have to make to get that, right? And see how
Trade small.
consistent. Trade
Trade
small,
small. Yeah.
trade
Just get
small. Be
if you get into the
consistent.
positive,
Oh,
maybe you scale up a little bit, but don't scale up if you're going down. Size down if you're going down. Trust me.
right,
If you're losing
right,
money,
right.
trade smaller to stop the bleeding and then try to build it back up. But yeah, make it last because it sucks when people buy these
Right.
accounts and they're out in like
I
4 days.
know. 3 weeks they're out. Like, dude, come on. 3 weeks you're out. That means you're swinging for the fences. You were trading
Right. Yeah.
a bunch of shares to try to get a home run, right? And it just
Well,
doesn't
what you'll
work that
see
way.
is it doesn't make any sense sometimes because people try to, there's a $10,000 max cap, which there should be, there has to be, right?
Hmm.
But you'll see people start swinging for the fences immediately. Like their first day, they make $1,000 or something. Like, why are you trying to make so much? Because you got 90 days to make 10. You
Right.
don't have to make 1,000 in one day. You're going too hard. Yeah, it worked out
Yeah.
for you that day, but the next day it might blow you up. So just yeah, take it easy.
Yeah. Make it easy. All right, friends. 45 seconds. We'll get that in and see who our winner is for today. And again, on Monday and all week except Thursday because we're closed Thursday for New Year's. So if you don't win today, you got very good chances of winning next time. There's just so many. All right, folks, and let's see here. Apple, MU, Nvidia's gonna go. Watch it. Watch now that I'm out of it, John. Watch this thing go to like 193. Looks so good.
If it gets going, you build up this much pressure, it can be really
And
good to the upside. But
yeah, I think that pressure's
it's
building, man. I
gotta
think it
go,
is.
man.
Look,
We gotta
look at
go for
that. It's
real.
gonna go. Oh, come on. You know what? I'm upset. I'm not giving no fun to the count out. I'm not giving anybody nothing. We're leaving. No,
All right. I
no, no,
I
no. We're
feel
not gonna
bad
do
saying
that.
this. I'm in at 191.93. So like let's go,
Okay.
Nvidia.
Okay. Good.
This is over trading at this point, but just give a push, will you?
It's gonna
God
happen,
damn
man.
it.
It's looks back at it again. I thought this pullback was gonna be a lot deeper, so it would have messed me up because I got to stop out of break even. But it didn't pull back here, and we're just back at it again. This thing is gonna break. I feel it.
You
All
got to
right,
go
friends.
on this. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead. Do your
No,
thing.
let's see. Let's do it. Let's do it here. Funded account. Here, who it goes to. We're gonna click on this. Choose winner. All right. 87 entries. Your chances are very good, my friends. Goes to Santos. Ready. Santos ready. You are the winner, my friends. So send me an email. Carlos at bearwoodtraders.com, and we will hook you up with a funded account from Trading Terminal. Okay, so again, you heard some of the best advice we can give you here. Trade small. We'll do this again on Monday and all next week. I will be giving a free funded account to you guys. So make sure you are tuning in for that. So Santos, email me, Carlos at bearwoodtraders.com. All right, excellent. I'm gonna get myself into the new year to win this funded account. All right, man. It's a good plan. It's a good plan. It's a good plan. Friends, if you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up as we get ready to wrap up. I believe Thor is up next. So our good buddy Thor will be joining us here, and he will take us to the next session here into 11 all the way to 12. And after that, guys, have an amazing weekend. Have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you guys again Monday. I see Nathan joining in, so maybe Nathan. All right.
I am out of that fifth attempt on Nvidia. I actually made $12 that time. Good for you, John. So I took my
Nice. Nice,
roughly
nice, nice.
$312 loss down to a $300 loss on the day.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
thing is gonna make the move, man. We're just probably not gonna be in it because it's playing too many games. But it's and for me here, it's hard to enter because the way I trade my stop will have to be. I'll probably get stopped out because it has to be at 191, like 60 or something, right? 30 cents or so. But it's giving all
I
the
was
signs that it wants to, but man, it's just struggling.
I was willing to defend my position that I had not yet overtraded through 4 trades, but I am now fully admitting, Carlos, that fifth trade
Mm-hmm.
took me in the overtrading for the day, and
Mm.
it's time to quit.
Oh
Oh, is
no!
this it
Look
now?
at it
Is
now,
this
John.
it now?
Oh, come on,
Is
man!
this
Look,
it?
this thing is gonna go. It's gonna go. Ah, we're both out of it. Look at that's the new high right there. No, not yet, actually.
What a hesitant little
I know, man.
thing
This
to
is
like.
toying
Just
with
it's
us.
crazy.
It's so messing with
So
us here, man.
SPY and the Qs are both ticking up here. A little bit of strength as the SPY pushes yet
Yeah.
again into
Oh.
Wednesday's high. I think without a SPY breakout, maybe Nvidia doesn't do this. I don't know. I You guys have seen me struggle with this all morning, so who am I to speculate it on at this point? But
Crap! I should have kept my entry, man. Look at it go. Yeah, 182.15. It's going.
here it goes. Now we're in the
Yeah, Maddie,
teens
you
with the
did tell me.
bid starting to get real.
Maddie, you did tell me on Tesla. Tesla did turn around, man, and look at it go here. Had a beautiful reversal, so it did do that, and even Nvidia. See, but look how I don't. It pops Nvidia and then right back down.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
Yep.
Can you just close and continue? It just has a
Right.
hard time doing that.
So here's a new
Um.
192 test, which could hold, but it's like it hasn't broken out far enough to pull back and hold. Like this is still BS near 192. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Look
ugh.
at there. Back to 191. Back under 192. Nvidia playing games. I'm gonna stop watching you for today. At least I made some money on it. Nathan, my brother, how are you? Nathan's gave me the finger. He said like this to me. He said, "Wait, wait." I don't think we still hear you. Let me make sure it's not me. Say something now. No, yeah, I'm not getting your audio, my friend. And I have you unmute, so meaning I don't have you unmute. So check the audio there. We'll come back to you in a second here.
Hear me okay?
Now we got you. Now we got
All
you.
right.
Your audio was playing hard
Yeah,
to get like
I'm on the
Nvidia.
travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the
Um.
travel on the travel setup.
Gotcha, man. It's working good now. All right, friends. 11 o'clock. Congrats to Santos. Email me. We'll get you hooked up with that. And Nathan, good to see you, man. Happy holidays. How are you, my friend?
Good. Did you guys have a good Christmas?
We did, man. We had
I did.
a great Christmas. John did too. Me and John are ready to
Awesome.
go watch movies and think about our Nvidia.
Yeah, we're gonna go watch Avatar later today,
Yeah.
so we're gonna be doing the
Nice.
same thing. Kind of excited about it.
Nice.
I've never
Um,
seen Avatar. That's kind of a movie foul. I think I should probably have seen that movie.
I think they're
I like to
they're
go
number three now. I didn't even know they're number
yeah,
three. So yeah, I gotta go check
yeah,
that out.
we're gonna go see it in 3D. I'm a big 3D movie fan, so
Cool.
Okay. Friends over on YouTube, take care. We'll leave you with Nathan. Have a great weekend, friends. And John, again, thank you for covering for Peter. Have a great Friday, guys, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you, folks.
all right, see you guys. Have a good one. YouTube, what's going on? Rhinos, you've never seen Avatar? I like it. I'm a big 3D fan. Got a 3D projector down in the basement in our house, and I love watching 3D movies. My fiance doesn't like it so much, but I enjoy it, and I think it's fun. What's going on, Ben? How are you guys? So what have you been trading today? I saw they were looking at Nvidia. But I haven't done much today. I took a little bit of a long on RTY just to see if it works out, but other than that, I just didn't plan on trading much other than being with you guys and hanging out, which I love to do. So trying to see we get oh yeah, Nvidia's like way up, trying to see if it could break out over the top, but we've been pretty choppy today. Ben, I'm about to say, I live, what is it? About 2 hours away from Denver, so that's about the only time I'll go down there and deal with the traffic and all that is like go watch a concert or a show or a movie or something. But yeah, we're kind of excited just to go down there and do that. It's nice when I lived in a St. Louis for 13 years and I mean even a small city, a small big city like St. Louis, I got a little tired of it. So I enjoy just living out in the rural areas of nowhere. Except for we do need snow. We need some snow up here, and we're not getting any. It's kind of rough right now. Let's see. Been scalping Nvidia. Oh, nice. Attaboy, attaboy, Chris. Fort Collins. Oh, nice. Awesome. Yeah, Fort Collins is nice. Lived in Boulder for a few years. Yeah, Boulder's really nice too. Really, really nice. Fort Collins, that's where I've got to take my truck to get worked on. Hopefully here in a couple months, I can get it up there to the shop. You can have New York, dude. We'll take any snow. If you guys have snow and you're getting snow, send it over to us because I mean we are barren. I mean just out here, this is my fiance's parents' house that we had Christmas at, and they live up in Evergreen. It's like 9,000 feet that they live up, and there's no snow, like very little snow out here. It's very odd for this time of year. Grew up in Fenton, nice. I've been to Fenton quite a few times. No, Thor is taking 2 weeks off. So no, he won't. Well, he'll be here next week. So he was taking off, or no, I'll be here for him next week, but he'll be taking next week off as well. He hasn't actually had like a week off or a couple weeks off in a long time. So he decided he was going to actually do that and spend time with family and get some stuff done. But is it a Ganeshi? If I said that wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm happy I'm here. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. I'm a cam trader, so we could talk about cams. We could just look at the market, look at live price action. My specialty is on Atlas, and let's look at some tickers on that. Let's look at some live price action if you guys want. Sorry, it's a little choppy today. That's kind of to be expected. We can look at Nvidia and see what's going on here. But if you guys have anything you want me to look at, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Did I steal Dr. V's t-shirt? No, she copied off me because I had a bunch of cool band t-shirts for my favorite bands. So I will say she copied off me. I was doing it first, but Tesla, yeah, Tesla's good. But no, I like band t-shirts and we do like the same bands, which is funny. But it was actually hard. It was actually hard to find a good Led Zeppelin t-shirt that wasn't like a Zoso t-shirt. Um, it's hard to kind of find them out there, but I did find a place, so I was actually kind of excited about it. Let's see what's going on with Tesla. A nice V-shaped reaction there on Tesla. That's a really nice. You don't see one like that. You rarely ever see one like that clean. Man, that's just clean. But trying to time this anywhere and like know exactly when it's gonna bounce just like that to get back up towards view at, that's really hard to do. But man, that's a pretty clean run and bounce. I don't see a lot like that. Those are like really, really hard to catch. I'm surprised I didn't do it like right at a camera, get right at S6 and kind of make that bounce right there. But man, yeah, that's about as clean as you're gonna see right there. What's it look like here? Why am I not getting very good levels? Let me change this config on Tesla. I think we'll probably go to 10. Yeah, it's a little bit better. It looks just not as clean on that. What's going on then? Let's do, here's the problem. I see the problem. Let's go over here, turn this down, go to about 95. And let's turn the sensitivity up. Yeah, 0.4 isn't too bad. So looking pretty bearish. but probably get some support right here at S4. I mean, this might be lower range wide. It's not calling the play, but if it could get back down in here and test S4, the one thing is these orders down here are a little problematic. The ladder and the orders are building up here to the top side. Let's see what we look like. Let's look a little bit further out. And that's looking nice. Okay, that view looks a lot better up to the top side. That's a pretty good ladder coming in. I have one large order down here, but it's looking good. This will be interesting. We could do a live play-by-play if we get down here to S4. I want to see it tag right into S4 though. We can do a little play-by-play. I'll throw an alert in there. Let's go back to Nvidia. Nvidia fading off. This might be, let's check. This might actually be a good pullback play. The UAP's in a really good spot right here in this gap. Yeah, it's right enough. Yeah, okay. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. Let's do a little play-by-play on NVIDIA. Let's change the config on this to let's over about 95. Just come over just a little bit. Give me a little bit more. Six is pretty good. I like 6. So let's see. If I were going to take a pullback on a long here, first thing I'm doing is it's in an area. So I like that it's in this gap. Ooh, it just tagged right in there too, just now. So I like that it's rebalancing this 5-minute gap. It was tagging into a 15 to rebalance this 15, and VWAP is right there. So now, yeah, that 1 minute VWAP is just a little bit different, but I think that's still a good area. Now what I would be looking for is the order book. It's looking pretty bullish. Let's go even a little bit further out. So we're taking a trade on here, 91.33 to 92. So it's only like $1. Your stop's going to be pretty tight because if you're wanting to take this trade off of here, it really needs to be, for me at least, it really needs to be 2R from where I'm taking it to the high of day through that breakout. And so that's just going to give you a really, really tight stop. You're talking about a 25-cent stop. So in and around right into that R6 area. So even getting a little bit lower may even be a little bit better on that one. Yeah, so Tesla for about, oh, nice. And then it bounced. Oh, it will do that, but that's why we have our stops in there. I can't tell you how many times I've had a trade and sit there and watch it go against me and then, tick me out and then just start taking off. I just didn't find the right spot, or I put my stop in the exact right spot. But it's just part of trading. Those are the kind of things you have, and making sure your risk management stays in place. But let's see, Nvidia looks like it's starting to pull back. Yeah, and it is getting this pullback. It is selling quite a bit, and I'm seeing a lot of gaps here. Do we have any 5-minute gaps to fight? Yeah, we do have some 5-minute gaps we'd have to fight through. So it would definitely have to have a nice bounce off the UAP, and the lower it can get in even to this swing area and closer maybe even to R6, the better, because of that RVR that you want to get through that high a day, because your stop's going to have to be really tight through here. You're talking like a 20-25 cent stop here on NVIDIA. We've got some stacking going on underneath right here in front of VWAP though. So this is looking pretty good. Getting some good signals. Let's see what it looks like out through that top for the high a day. Looking pretty bullish though through there. So I mean, all signs are looking pretty good. The only problem is that it's the day after Christmas and it's the market's pretty choppy, and just really trying to find and get that trade. But getting some good stacking here underneath, but we're starting to build that book a little bit lower. But this looks like it held. This order didn't get pulled. This order is getting moved up. So it's getting some support, but I also don't like how it's not pushing on the new 1 minute highs. I would like to see we start making new 1 minute highs. We start extending and pushing, that volume starts to come in and really pick up. And then as we're looking here at Atlas, where's my cursor go? As we're looking here at Atlas, I want to see that as this bid starts to drop, it immediately pops back up. So we're dropping into this liquidity sporting here. Okay, that wasn't pulled, it held, and it is popping back up, but we need to start doing that on 1 minute highs. Now we're just kind of like jigging for that buyer, trying to find that buyer. And we could see from these swing areas right here around R6 would be pretty good. They were tagging into VWAP. So we really need to start kind of popping here and maybe struggle down a little bit lower. But on those 1 minute highs, it needs to extend and start picking up volume. But yeah, it's got a, the lower it can get in through this area though, the better. I mean, this is still a pretty good area, and right in there to R6 is a good area and giving you a better RVR on that pullback. Let's see. Let's see, trying to catch up with the questions. You moved to Westminster from St. Louis. Oh, Smoothie King, yeah. Um, I like going down to Westminster. I think that's, or is Arvada? I think Arvada is where the theater is we're going through today. But let's say check copper. I don't know if I have, I don't think I have the symbol for copper up here. At least I don't know which one to bring it up. I'm trying to think of what even copper is. I don't think I've ever even traded copper, honestly. But if you give me the symbol for it, can't remember exactly which one it is, but Prime Digi, yes. Our Prime Digi, I am using Trading View for Thor's cams and using Thor's cams off of there. Which alert? Tesla? Oh, Tesla's coming off of my alert. Let's see. Okay. So is this the pullback for Tesla to go through the low of day again? That's kind of what we're going to be looking at right here. So now that this is at our S4, when I'm getting ready and I'm going to see whether this is going to go through the low of day or we're going to get a bounce off S4 to go higher, what I want to check for on a trade like this is where are we bouncing from and where are we hitting into? So I like that we have this 5 minute gap right here, right at S4. We go to the 15. Still trying to form that one on the 15, but it looks like we covered it. But we've got one on the 5, so we've got a little bit of support and confluence. And then I go back to the 1, and I'm now going to look at the book. So now I'm going to go and I want to look out and see what the book looks like overall. Like, what's my bias? What's my bias on the book? Because I would want to go long here. Bouncing off of S4 on this side, unless we start to break down and come back in and test S4, that might be kind of getting that pullback then through the lower day. But being over S4 like this, having that 5 minute gap, I'm really looking for that long off. We got that one big order right there at 500. Where else? Let me check. Let me go to 50. Got a bunch of alerts going on. Let's see. So 50 cents. It's looking pretty balanced, honestly. That's a fairly balanced book. A fairly bullish, a little on the bullish side, but let's look. Where would our target be? Let's say target off S4, at least to the central pivot. So it's like $8. That's not too bad. So where are we looking through to 85? 85. Get some of these out. And still within that range, though. That's kind of bearish in through that range. So now, as I go in and I'm evaluating this, I'll go back. 5 cents is pretty good to get a close view, a micro view of Tesla. And what I'm watching for now is 1 minute highs and 1 minute lows. So that's a pretty good volume bounce. A hit, some absorption, and now a bounce off of S4. I don't like these tails. So we've got some things that are definitely going against us here. And I do not like that these 1 minute highs are not extending up quickly and picking up volume. So what I'm watching here in through this area is I'm watching 1 minute highs, 1 minute lows. And I'm watching this spread right here. This spread. Your bid down here, your green line, and your ask up here, the red line. I want to see what happens on 1 minute highs and 1 minute lows with this spread. As we start to make this 1 minute high, does this ask continue to lift aggressively, almost like going up an elevator or an escalator? It just starts popping up and that volume starts coming in. And then as the bid starts to drop down into liquidity, does it start to struggle a little bit? You know, it's taking the stairs down, and then on new 1 minute highs, it's taking the elevator up. Right now, there's a new 1 minute low, we're taking the elevator down. So that's not the kind of price action that I want if I was wanting to take a long here. Like I don't like this rejection here, and I don't like we made that 1 minute low and now that bid's dropping and extending. So here's another 1 minute low, and you see how that bid is just dropping and extending down. And now that volume's picking up as it's coming down. We're offering to sellers right now, and sellers are taking it. So Tesla is selling. But if we can get lower and come back and test S4 from the downside, then that can start to change my bias a little bit. If this still continues, if we still struggle on these 1 minute highs lifting up into S4, and then we're still dropping the bid as we start to make those 1 minute lows, that can change kind of how I'm looking at this. But I would rather get down and rebalance this area right through here and then come back up and retest. So let's get some more sellers in through here and then come back in a weak retest into S4, and then this starts again. That would be an indication that I would want to go short. But right now it's definitely told me that it's not ready to go long yet. Let's see. Someone explain LDLU at the low end of the order book in level one. Limit up, limit down. So that's the area that it hits, and I believe that it will go into, if it hits that area and price really starts to go into it, that's when it'll start to halt, when it's starting to hit those limit up and limit downs. Let's see. So Tesla looks good to short. No, it doesn't look good to short right now. We need some more consolidation under this area right through here, and then that test back up to S4 to really identify whether or not this is going to sell and push through the low a day. It is in a good spot, but let's rebalance this area because we might find a buyer here as we tick in to this area. I would like to see this rebalance and then a struggle back into S4. And then once we start making new 1 minute lows, we see this drop in extension. The bid is just dropping on those 1 minute lows like it was here. That would kind of be the indication that it is wanting to sell and wanting to press lower. But I would like to see some sort of consolidation down to here and then a retest back up. Because there's a little bit of an extension on the 1 minute high. So you're just getting pinned right here to S4 back and forth. And so you can just get stuck here. And this is where you can just really get chopped out. Like let it make a decision on where it wants to go and then re-offer back in and then start to see what it wants to do. Because now we're starting to get that price action to the top side. The volume's not quite coming in, but it's just going to bounce across S4. And that just seems to be what it's wanting to do right now, is just getting pinned right there at S4. Let's see. That would paint a picture of daily trade line failing when acting resistance on the daily. Could go either way. Yeah, I mean, right now Tesla could go either way. It's really hard to say because now we're getting over the top of S4, offering to sellers, selling down, then we pop in trying to rebalance this gap, and now we're getting that buying to the other side, and this is just going to chop you out until somebody wants to make a decision, and really that's getting out of one of these ranges and then a weak test right back in, but then getting that price action that pushed you out of that range. That's what you're going to kind of want to look for. And it's just, this is just going to become like a really choppy area for the moment. It needs to break out with volume to one side and then come back with weak volume and then start breaking out with volume again to that other side. This is just where you just need to be patient. You just need to let this play out. Like, let it tell you who's in control. And you can tell that by on these 1 minute highs and 1 minute lows, where we're pressing and pushing and where that volume's coming in on who's starting to take control. But right now, it's really just back and forth at the moment. I would expect it to get back into this area and then sell back down into S4. So we just need to kind of watch it and see how it wants to rebalance this area. Can I please both a level 2 in time and sales and explain Tesla? I don't have a level 2 in time and sales for Tesla. I've gotten rid of my level 2, but I can bring up the time and sales up here. Let me bring up the tape here. So are you wanting to know, but we can do this with Tesla. So let's make a DOM of Tesla. And this would be our ask. So this would be the right side of our level 2. This would be the bid. So this would be the left side. We're going to look at it like that. And as we're watching this, if you're wanting to learn to read tape, the biggest thing to pay attention to is speed of the tape. That's the best place to start. You can kind of think of it like areas of absorption. That's a good way to kind of start really getting into the tape, getting into the DOM and the level 2. When you hit an area, so as we started to reject, putting in another topping tail here. And now as we're just watching price action, we're just still going to focus on the 1 minute high and the 1 minute low. I don't know if you can see this here, but I have the spread, essentially the level 1 here on my chart, my trading view chart. So the green is going to be the bid, just like it is here, and the red is going to be the ask. So you can see as each one is offering into levels, kind of what's happening. And as this ask starts to pop in to these highs, or this bid starts to drop into these lows, you want to pay attention to what is going on with the tape. And to get into reading the tape, pay attention to the speed. So as it starts to hit and drop, this bid starts to hit and drop into that low, does green immediately hit the tape and it comes through very quickly? That will tell you that buyers are absorbing the selling. Okay, so we're going to make it high. What we want to see here is when we tick, and we saw that again, we saw that right there, as that ticked in, that red came in very quickly and that bid just dropped. We're getting absorption right here on both sides. And this is what I'm talking about, saying trying to trade into this area is just going to get you chopped out, because we're getting absorption on both sides. Just reading the tape, just watching the level 1 here and reading the tape. We pop into here, let's see if it happens again. So what happens is we lift into here. If we see a lot of red hitting hard and fast, and then price just drops back down, we're getting absorption. That's how you would read absorption on the sell side. As we start to drop down into here, does a big hit of green come right in through the tape, like very fast, then we're getting absorption on the buy side. And what we've been seeing for the last couple of minutes is we're getting that on both sides, just within this small little area. Absorption on both sides. We got a little arm wrestle going on against buyers and sellers. That was a crazy kind of tick in, but it immediately dropped back down, but I didn't see a lot of red hit the tape when that happened. So pressing up, here's the ask, pressing. That wasn't a ton of selling either, but that did get stuck. That did get absorbed. I wonder if I'm not getting all the prints through here. Okay, lifting up, what's happening? Okay, now we're getting green coming through. There we go, okay. So buyers are taking on. So buyers are trying to take control. That's how we would start to read this. Pressing in. But that needs to continue. That needed to continue. And we could see here how we pressed in. We were even getting some green, but then we dropped right back in. And the volume sucks. So those buyers were trying, but they just couldn't break through and buy enough. And that was more exhaustion than absorption right through there. Because I was seeing green coming through, but then it just dropped. But we're gonna just, okay, here we go. Now we're getting that to the sell side. So what happens? What is our tape telling us? Okay, we're pressing. Can we press? Yeah, no, nobody just really wants to take control over here. Yeah, nothing's really just flowing through fast. That's like really just like popping out to me at the moment. It's just kind of just both sides, and that volume's just really dropping off in this area. Let's see. So fat channel on YouTube. Paper trading today. Tesla reversal was my big move for today. What did y'all get up to? Yeah, I still got well, I think I got stopped out of RTY, but that's okay. Let's see. Pay for anyone. But yeah, if you want to get Ivy League, if you want to get level three, I mean, Atlas shows a little bit of level three in some of the orders that are going on there if you're wanting to kind of see how those stop orders and stuff are in there. Let's see. Market Atlas buyers trying to hold this. You can, yeah, for Tesla, it's just, I mean, we're just even looking at the bid, and this is the kind of stuff that Tesla does anyway. Generally, it's more on like a 5 minute or a 15-minute chart that Tesla really wants to kind of push price up and down like this. But this is just kind of this is why I can't trade Tesla, and I just was never successful at it because of just these huge hits and big swings, kind of both sides. And Tesla loves to sweep 15-minute highs and lows, just sweep them and then just run the other way. Oh, sorry, I speed of the tape is fast. I hardly see the orders. I like to see the speed of the tape, but mostly the quantity. But it does have more to do. So when I had DAS and I was trading with DAS, when I was focusing on the tape, I to get an idea of because it does like Nvidia and Tesla, those orders can come through so fast and so quick. It does help to set it up. I would set it up with a background. And what I would pay attention to was the space between the price and the quantity. So I would have it set up so that it's just it would just be the 2 cents. So just down to like 48, 54, 56, and not have like that 5201 that's in there. And I would pay attention to the spacing between the price and the quantity. And that would kind of give me an idea if that was a large trade or if large trades were coming through. If there's more space, I could tell that those were smaller trades. And just watching in my peripheral and paying attention to that space in between each one. And that would kind of give me an idea of the quantity that was coming through. But really, it was the speed that was coming through and like what was continuing to just hit and flash on the tape. Was it red? So, for me, red would be hitting the bid or below the bid. Green would be at the ask or above the ask. And then I would do dark green for above the ask and dark red for below the ask. So it would give me an indicator in just what was hitting fast. And then just paying attention and just training myself to pay attention between, the space and the price and the quantity would give me an idea whether those were large orders or if they were just small orders. So that was just kind of the way I use that because yeah, you can't watch the chart, especially if you're using something like Atlas. You can't watch the chart, watch the time in sales, or watch the level two and watch the chart. You kind of just have to train yourself to just get pieces of information, from both of them and seeing what's going on. Another thing that really helped me was adding the bid and ask to my chart, like to my 1 minute chart, so I can see where that offering is coming in. And as it is dropping down, then matching that with what I'm seeing hit the tape. So if we drop in through here on this low and immediately I'm getting green prints really fast and we're popping right back up, that lets me know buyers are starting to absorb that price. And here we're getting it on both sides. Every time we lift up, we get red that like hits hard and that bid just drop back down. And every time we drop in here, we get green that hits and we lift back up. We're just chopping, chopping, chopping. And this is where Tesla will just really do something crazy, like just drop out of nowhere all the way through the lower day, or just run, straight to VWAP and over VWAP just out of nowhere and then reverse and go the other direction. Just Tesla doing Tesla things. But that's kind of how I trained myself to just get the information out of the time and sales and what was going on, just as fast as I could, just kind of breaking it down into sections. Yeah, Tesla, if you match Tesla up with supplies and demands and pay attention to wicks for Tesla, especially on 15-minute, 30-minute charts, these these areas are very, very important for Tesla. Tesla loves these areas with these wicks. And when you're trading throughout the day, looking at the 15-minute and the 30-minute chart and paying attention to where those wicks are and what's going on there, that will help you be a lot more successful with Tesla. But still, like I'm saying, I just wasn't able to trade it. The swings that would happen just would they were just sometimes just way too much for me, and just trying to manage my risk and finding the right stop and taking the right size. My stops just had to be so much larger. I'd have to take a lot less size, and then just getting that moved in with Tesla just became kind of just a lot more difficult for me. I took it, I put it on my no trade list more than any other ticker, like by far. Let's see. You can use DOS for Thor system, or should I get TradingView platform? DOS is great for charting, especially if you're a momentum trader. DOS is great. If you could just get TradingView to just get the cams, that's the biggest thing you'll need with TradingView is just to know where the calculations are for Thor's cams, because these are the best cams I have ever used. Even the ones on the DAS were okay, they weren't too bad, but these by far are the best that I've ever used. And so just getting the cams and knowing where they are and throwing them on your DAS chart, yeah, that would be fine. But like the time and sales and the speed of the charts on DAS is phenomenal. Like that is like by far the best. They by far have the best charting, the best time and sales, and it makes it really easy to read just because of how fast it is. The short. Do not do too late. Okay, you're short Tesla. It's still, I still feel like it's just going to get pinned here at S4. This wasn't quite the weak retest I would want, but it really needs to get underneath here and come back and retest S4 to be a valid short. Other than that, on a day like today, I could just see it getting pinned right here all day, just within this high and probably around like this low right here, right in this area, and just bouncing through this area all day long until the market decides to close and and get everybody out. But these are one of those days where this algorithm starts to become pretty strong on both sides, and it'll just ping and ping and ping and ping. But it really needs to get down here and retest, do a weak retest, and then hold under S4 and start this kind of price action, because S4 is just going to give you problems with it bouncing on and off S4. Go to from Digi, go to Instagram. It's at Thor Young BBT, and he has the link there for the cams where you can go to get them. Let's see, good. Do not short it next time. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not saying that it's not a short, but it's just more likely just to get pinned right here until it just wants to break out of one of these areas and then come back and re-offer in and then still start to break out. It just need more confirmation on something like this. Let's see what else we guys got for the last half hour. So what do you want me to look at? Anything else? How did Nvidia end up doing? Still not wanting, but it's getting that. Let's look at Nvidia now. So we broke back down into that area we were talking about where we could get a better entry and a better RVR. Let's see, we rebalanced here. Not thrilled about this right there. And this was one of the things kind of concerned about, getting under VWAP and off to R6. So now, like we were seeing on Tesla, a breakout through here. And if this can push in and come back with a weak retest over R6 and we can get that cam reaction, And I know we've shown you guys that here live on YouTube on what that looks like, but maybe we can get another one, which would be amazing. So I like this. I like this press. It displaced this high. This is actually not quite my entry model. Well, no, low, high, lower, low. So this would actually be my entry model. It's called a unicorn. If you guys want to look it up, it's called a unicorn entry. And what I would be looking for is a low, a high, a lower low, and then that previous high displaced, which we did here. So this is nice with volume. And now my entry would be probably right here, at least within this range. This gap would be a valid entry. This would be your optimal entry area, but we've got to have it really tight. So we're at 81, 95, all the way up to 04. So actually any area in here would be good that I would look for an entry off of this, but it needs to be weak. This needs to be a weak pullback into this area. I like everything else that's happening, but this needs to now be a weak test back into here. And how does our book look? So we go back, we check our book. Let's see like 50. Okay, book looks good. Go back. We need to pull this over now. Yeah, that's pretty good. So now this thing needs to walk back down. This is good. I don't want it to get too far away from us. And another rejection, another tick right into VWAP and a rejection would be the first red flag for me. I would rather it not tick into VWAP at all. And now I want this bid to slowly drop down, to just start taking the stairs down, just slowly dropping down. And on these 1 minute lows, I want to see some absorption. So when we hit these 1 minute lows here, I want to see some sort of pop back up. And then we just keep walking down and we start to get into this area, another pop back up, walking down and getting into this area. And then once we start to get into here, where my optimal entry area is with my stop right here, I want to see if, especially if it tags me in, I want to see on 1 minute highs that this is happening again. 1 minute high, volume and a press. 1 minute high, volume and a press, volume and a press. So I like what's going on though. Okay. So here's a 1 minute low. So I don't want to see this extend and drop down like it had been here on this 1 minute low. I think that's even what we were seeing up here, if I remember. On those 1 minute lows, it was just extending down, but now we're starting to get that to the top side, kind of that first indication that we might have a buyer here, test back down, test back down. So now this just needs to walk down on low volume. If it starts dropping and extending on volume, and this bid is just dropping down hard and that volume's coming in and that candle's extending, I'd probably cut that entry. But if this can walk back down, and what I'm expecting and playing is another higher low, and then playing that into a higher high, and then a higher low, higher high. That this ceiling that we started to have, this little ceiling right here, starts to become the floor. That's what I'm looking for in playing. Expecting that lower high or that higher low to happen within this area right here. And that's as we offer back down to sellers, they don't take it. And then this buyer comes back into the market and takes price higher is what I would be playing. See, have a question about service. I noticed that Thor had edge full on his screen. He doesn't use edge full as much as he used to. He used to use edge full like quite a bit. I think he's just gotten all the information out of it that he's really needed just because he had used it so much there for a while, but he hasn't been using it quite as much. But it is a great service. I mean, it's great for, if you're just wanting to know just specifically how stocks react at certain times, after breaking the high a day or after breaking the low a day at a certain time, like what is the tendency of the stock to happen after that. More than likely X will happen or less than likely Y will happen. Just something to kind of put into your trade book that, I know that he likes after, was it 10 or 10:30, if a stock breaks the high or low day, the expectation of it then breaking the other side of the range is severely low. So after, 10 or 10:30, if we break the high of the day and test into R3 and we're looking for a short, the possibility of then that breaking through the low a day is, 10 to 20%. It's you kind of putting that into your trade book and, is it worth it? Like, is it worth it then to take that trade? Didn't see if it changed how I trade too much. Mara might be putting in a move. Let's see. Oh, but I actually want to put in, let's see, I'm gonna put an alert right here because I wonder if this would have tagged us in if, so I'll put an alert, see if that goes off. And I'll go to Mara, my cursor. Let's see. Did Mara have a split? I thought Mara was a lot more than this. Did they recently do a split or something? I haven't looked at Mara in forever. Man, that price action is, this is the right one, right? Okay. Price action, that book is terrible. I don't have anything to the downside. What's going on with this book? Let me check. Let me go to one level. Still not a whole lot showing on the book. Pretty bearish though. How does it keep doing it? But just really not a lot of movement or price action at the moment. Let's see. But if Mara can get up to S6, because a lot of times on these cans, you can get the opposite reaction on the other side, just like you can at any of the 4 levels. Like we were talking about with Tesla over the top and over the bottom. You're buying over the top, selling on the bottom. You can get that at really any cam, but it's just the movement. I don't really like the movement. The spread kind of sucks too. Well, is it just 1 cent? It just looks a lot more through here. But there's some volume and a rejection into a gap. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the price action. For some reason, it's just like the price action just really putting me off and just watching kind of how it's ticking and not really moving around too much. Let's see. So I was hoping Nvidia would come back and retest that S6. Yeah, here's still Tesla, still getting stuck here, getting drawn back down to S4. See, this is what happens. It just doesn't get too far away. That's pretty good volume though. This, if you're still short on this, you would really want this volume to start picking up as it starts dropping because it was picking up volume to the top side. You don't want this to be the weak retest we were wanting for the long coming into here. And then as soon as you start making 1 minute high, you start extending again. That's not what you're going to want to see through here. What's happening? What are you doing, Tesla? Yeah, it's not really picking up volume as it's lifting up, though. That volume's getting pretty weak. So it's just, you can see it's just, as it starts to just really push away, the volume just starts to drop off and then it consolidates a little bit. Volume picks up. Now it's pushing away. Volume's starting to drop off again. And then as it starts to come back in, that volume is going to lift up. And then it's, every time it pushes away, that volume drops off. It's just going to keep coming back into S4 because that's where all the action's happening. It's not happening anywhere else. That's why you need to push out of the range and come back in and try to retest that. Let's see if they change. NQ has been garbage. Yeah, it's not really done much, has it, all day? Let's see. Yeah, book is thin. It was on Mara. Mara used to trade really good. When I trade stocks, I traded Mara quite a bit. Did really well on that one. Coin, I did not do as well on coin. The spread, just with my strategy and stuff, the spread's too wide. It just really messes up my risk management and trying to get in. And so coin kind of messed me up on that when it had the spread. Yes, I do, Stefan. I do trade just futures. Mostly ES, NQ, RTY, and YM. That's really just what I trade. I don't really trade a whole lot of the other futures. I do well enough on those four indices that I don't really need to add anything more. Just it makes life so much easier when you're just trading like four tickers. It's just so much easier. I can get a lot more done, and I just don't have to look at so much, kind of, squirrel everywhere. Like, oh, here's a trade, oh, here's a trade, or this is a setup, or is this a setup? So I can kind of just focus on those four, and then I've gotten pretty good at reading them, reading their price action, because it's just four, the same four over and over and over every day. It's kind of it's easy to get used to their personalities and how they trade and what's going on with them. Is Nvidia doing anything yet? No, it's getting pulled back in. All right, but let's see if it's walking down. So it's looking pretty good though. I mean, this is kind of what I was talking about that I wanted to see, like that walking down, because I like this lack of volume right into there. So the book's still looking good. We got orders still coming in on the top side. We got some stacking coming in here underneath price. We can see that. We can see how these orders are being moved up and held. This order held pretty nicely. Looks like some of it may have gotten pulled down to here, but it's walking down. This is what I was talking about that we were wanting to see back down into R6. Oh, sorry. If I was calling that S6 earlier, I was thinking that was S6, but it's R6. But this is good. Okay. See, I like how we're just ticking down, but we're still lifting back up. And so we're just walking down, walking price back down, just reoffering. And we're waiting for this buyer. This is probably this same buyer here, here, to come right back in right here. This is where we're anticipating that they're going to come back into the market and make that higher low, that higher swing low. But no, it just has to keep walking, keep walking. So as long as that drops like that, that's fine. But that's exactly what I want to see on a drop like that lift back up. And no volume when we dropped. So we didn't drop and that volume didn't immediately come back in and we extended down. So still walking down. Okay, that picked up a little bit on that drop, but we did get that absorption and it popped back up. Looks still looking good. So we got to keep an eye on the book and see how it's looking. We do have one large order down here, so we have to keep an eye on that for sure. Let's see. Do futures trade like equity? Oh, hold on. So you went to futures for the participation liquidity. It is a lot easier to get filled on in futures. And when I get into a trade, if I go long, I hit the bid and really never have a problem getting in. When you get into stocks like Tesla or something that does have a wide spread, it's hard to get filled like on that bid. If I go short, I go in on the ask. I just put that limit order in on the ask, and I don't have a lot of problems getting filled. And yeah, I don't have problems with liquidity at all when it comes to futures. But it was more of just my strategy and just getting too overwhelmed with having too many tickers to look at with things going on. So okay, there's our tick into our area. So now this is where we're expecting that buyer to come in, and what we're waiting for is a 1 minute high. So we're just going to sit here and watch and wait to see what happens on a 1 minute high. Okay. This is where we're expecting them. So they need to start coming in. Is anything happening to the market? Can't see if it's limited on my screens here. Trying to see if anything's coming in there. Okay, that's good. On this high, okay. I want to see this close though. I want to see this close like this. And then I want to see what happens as soon as it opens. If this comes in and makes that new 1 minute high after this closes and extends, that's probably the algorithm that we're looking for. But this is good. Now I want to see what happens when it closes. When this makes a new high, it should extend and pop aggressively. And this should start extending. So we should start seeing green come through pretty quickly. And then a push, like a real quick push up through this high, quick, boom, through there, like within the next 5 minutes. I don't like the stalling. And this low is going to be important here too. So I haven't seen the algorithm hit yet. But that looks good for our buyer. That's where we were expecting to see them to come in. But futures trade, I think, a lot better than equities. They're a lot more consistent, especially when you're wanting to play cams through futures. There's a lot less retail traffic that could impact those markets because it's such a huge market. It's really just algorithms trading. And that's kind of what I mean by personality of the ticker in getting to know it, because really you're just watching and reading algorithms and how they're reacting and what's going on with price and just getting used to seeing the same things over and over. And, it's kind of what I'm talking about here. NVIDIA NQ trades very, very similar to Tesla and NVIDIA. I would say it's more like NVIDIA than anything else. And then you get something like Apple, Amazon, Google. It trades more like ES would trade more like them, a lot slower, a lot easier to read. Okay, making that low, but I need to see that absorption here again. I don't like this candle right there. So not safe yet. But those green prints need to come through a lot faster. I don't like how this is stalling. Okay, this high needs to extend and go quick. The elevator needs to start going up quickly. Yeah, I don't like how this is stalling like that. That's not good. Because these algorithms are going to react on these 1 minute highs. If this R6 is going to react and come into price to push price higher, it will activate on that 1 minute high, and it will start to get really aggressive. And it's not being aggressive. Like nothing is being aggressive on the buy side on these new highs, and that's not good. So what happens on this low? And I want to see this liquidity right here hold. If we drop into this needs to hold because we're not pressing, and we should be pressing right now. Okay, is this our next attempt on this high? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of trades, a lot of buys hitting right into here, but we're not moving and we're not picking up volume. There's some stacking coming in. Does this hold? I don't like how this is dropping down. Okay, that's better, but it needs to continue. Okay, this is good. We got some very aggressive stacking coming on underneath. We got a nice big order right here. When did that come on at 50? Don't like that. Yeah, the algorithm is not doing anything. This thing is not active yet. This should have continued and that should have ran, especially and we're seeing look at all these green dots. I mean, buyers are buying in through here, but the volume isn't coming in enough to really accelerate and push that price up. But we do have the support underneath, but I don't know. I don't like this price action for this. Flat for you at the moment. Yeah, I mean, for a long and stuff, this looked good, but after it kind of rebalanced and we were looking in where that entry might be, it's not responding like it should. Which, if we're playing this algorithm for that breakout, this algorithm is not active. And that's what we're playing right now. Okay, that's good. This liquidity got hit and then it got it replaced. And everything is supporting that this should push, but it's not pushing. So what's going on? So we tick back in and get that absorption again, but this can only hold so long. I mean, this can only be tested so many times and continue to hold. Okay, we're ticking down into it. Okay, it's not getting pulled, so that's good. More liquidity is being added here at 91. Okay, push and press. All right, I don't like that. It looks like it's starting to. Okay, more liquidity is being added to stack, but we're not getting that cam activated yet. So why? Huh? And we're getting, I mean, we're getting a lot of buys in here. So I don't know. This is acting funny. I don't like the way this is acting at all. Mara is still moving. Was it moving back up? Let's see. I'm trying to see if we can get this cam to activate. Man, this is interesting. It should have through one of these. It should have activated, but I know we're running out of time. So if you're sitting here, if you're watching, continue to watch Nvidia. And what I'm wanting you guys to see, and especially here on Atlas, is on one of these 1 minute highs, something should come out like how I refer to it. It's like a great white shark jumping out of the water after one of those like seal buoys on Shark Week that you see. It will become extremely aggressive. And on these 1 minute highs, it will push. And those green prints will start to fly through quickly. The elevator starts coming up. And anytime this bid drops back down, you'll see green prints immediately come back through and price just immediately lifts again. Anytime that bid drops, it just lifts again. And you're getting that absorption and that pop, and it just starts taking off. And this is a good example of not it. This is what it would look like when an algorithm, a CAM algorithm, is not being active and stalling out. Yeah, this is the exact opposite of what you'll see. But just keep watching this. It's still in the area where this might happen. So just keep watching this and just keep watching for it just to press. And the elevator just keeps going up. It keeps going up. It keeps going up. But right now, you're not getting that. So, but just keep an eye on it. This would be a good one to keep an eye on for the next few minutes. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you all. Let's see. Pay here. I'll throw it right here. So sensitivity 0.5, my lower cutoff 0, my upper cutoff 95. If you want to throw that on there then for Nvidia. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. Happy New Year, happy holidays, and enjoy your weekend. Have a good one.